We live?
Yeah.
Folks, we are live. Back for the 20th edition over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Live from the couch, baby. Back to our goddamn roots over here in North Scottsdale. As always, to be specific, we just had a goal. Artemi Panarin. Folks, we are watching the Metro Division matchup over here on a Monday night. A little bit of a manic Monday, if you will. Bobby Gucci, time change in the desert. The clocks stay the same. Panarin with his 36th of the year. But right now, we got the New Jersey Devils and the home New York Rangers live from MSG. What's up, brother? How we doing?
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late. It's Arizona's the dumbest state in the country. Even their public schools, they're so dumb. It's just a lot of dumb people, and they don't pay attention to daylight savings. So the times everywhere else switch. Arizona doesn't switch. I think switch originally, they were just too dumb to figure it out. So with that being said, usually we have a 5 o'clock start. Switch calls me up. It's 3:49. I'm like, holy shit, I'm in Target with someone's girl. Ran out of Target, sprinted up here, but hey, we have a good time. We missed a goal. We missed a penalty. Oh, we have a coach's challenge, by the way.
Yeah, we got a coach's challenge over here. I'm not sure. You never know what these things, but Gooch, it's good to be back on the couch. It's been a week, probably maybe a week and a hook, but yeah.
Since I got canceled. Should we talk about that?
Yeah, we can come off right at the top rope in terms of you got canceled. And you just touch on that. We had a little something set up. I don't know if we need to get in full details, but yeah. Should have been standing there.
I'll talk about it. So basically, we were going to do an all cast with the Coyotes, game on the screen. So everyone in here, all 400 people in here, holy fuck, thanks for joining.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, big turnout right now. Anyway, I got canceled. Wait, hold on. This is offside.
Oh, yeah, it's offside.
We're going to call that back because everyone knows now they do the super slow-mo, even though I had nothing to do with the play. Anyway, all right. So we had an all cast with the Coyotes set up. Coyotes did a great job with giving us a studio. We had the game right switch. We were going to be on the screen with the game. I don't know. You guys saw Spit and Chicklets do it on TNT and HBO. We're all ready to go. Everything's good. We're going to cover the game yesterday. I get a phone call. One of the tweets that that girl made it out to be like I was saying something I wasn't, which is very obvious. The owners to the regional rights of the game told the Coyotes they don't want to work with me. So, I mean, it was over a tweet that someone on the internet blew out of proportion, out of context entirely, actually. But, you know, Swish, I'm still going to tweet about titties. I'm still going to tweet about cocaine. And unfortunately, we can't do an all cast with the game, but we're going to move on to bigger and better things. We didn't really let it bother us. It sucks that the opportunity was right in front of our faces. And then, you know, that's how it goes. You know, corporations have to protect themselves. I get it. I'm not stupid. But, yeah, you know, I think HBO or Netflix is probably going to sign us to a 10x10 here soon. So that's basically what happened. So we're back on the couch. But that's the way she goes. 700 motherfucking people.
Short story long is we're still here. I'm looking at the chat right now, Heat Daddy. I'm looking at a lot of people mentioning the lighting. That is, like, it's like a Johnny Sins cast over here in terms of a Brazzers setup with this natural lighting coming in. Again, Scottsdale, Arizona. We don't turn the clocks back. We don't push them forward, baby. So we're on Pacific time right now. It's only 4 o'clock. That's why this lighting is so goddamn good. Yeah. It's actually hit my belly yash on my mullet really well. You're looking crispy nice, so it's good to be back here. We're at our first commercial break, being we were a little bit late to the jump. But, folks, as we always do, load up that chat. Get at us. There's a lot of fucking people in here right now.
There's a lot of people. I don't know what's going on.
8:43. Are we booming right now?
Let's fucking go. I got fucking canceled.
Are you serious?
My voice is actually gone. Yeah, I got canceled last week. And, like, I thought, you know, when that shit happens, it's hard to keep a good attitude. Yeah. Be like, oh, well. Because it was really cool, man. We're going to be on the regional broadcast for the Oaks.
We were going to be on TV.
But, yeah, like, listen, I don't even have anything bad to say about the people. Look, it's my fault at the end of the day, but that's just how I am. Some jokes land, some don't. Some
shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot.
Some people take, yes, and I just want to say, some people take the shit that you tweet and they twist it and they throw it out of context, and that's just the way she goes, though. And
twist and shout, baby.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, you know, you just have to get through. You know, I'm not trying to get philosophical. Let's talk about the game here. Load up that fucking chat. It's good to be back. Almost 1,000 people in here. I don't know what's going on.
This is unbelievable. Let's get this thing to 1,000 in here, folks. I appreciate you joining us again right now, live from the couch, Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Getting a look at Curtis McDermott and Matt Rempe, these big boys. Are they going to chuck them tonight? Looks like they're going to have a little bit of a dust-up early on here. We missed, obviously, the first 7 odd 8 minutes. McDermott shaking his middies at him, saying, hey, fella, let's throw tonight. Let's get one at Madison Square Garden. I don't know if Rempe wants that one quite yet, but I'm sure he's a willing combatant, being he's fought every other goddamn heavyweight in the league in his first 7 to 8 games. So,
bro,
we got a great matchup here tonight, Heat Teddy. So,
what the hell's going on? We have 1,000 people
Fuck
here.
it, right.
Usually we're like
200.
300,
Yeah.
200, but we have 1,000 people in here.
I got my March blades on too, boys. I can skate away at any time. I'm staying low and slow. I got the Franklin mid on. I'm buzzing. This is unbelievable.
This is really cool, man, especially because, like I said, we're battling through adversity. But now, Swish, what do we think about the actual game here? The Devils last year, they beat the Rangers in the first round somehow. This year, I know they're banged up, a lot of injuries. They didn't really get the goaltending. It's like, where do you go from here if you're the Devils right now?
Well, I mean, clearly they've nailed it in terms of what they did at the deadline. If you're looking at a guy like Tommy Fitzgerald, I would say it's a little bit too late for what the moves he made. Now, they fire Lindy Ruff. It was probably a little bit late on that. And again, they get rid of a guy like Tyler Tuck Foley. And ultimately, they needed goaltending help all year, and they went and got it basically at a time where they should be rebuilding or just kind of mail it in for the year, because they're not going to be a playoff team probably. You go get a guy like Shaky Allen, in terms of Jake Allen, a guy I played with in St. Louis. And you know what I mean? It's just, it feels like all their moves were like 20 games too late. You know, they were so in between all year.
A typical Jersey in general. Even the chicks in New Jersey, they're always late.
Yeah, they're always just, they're not, it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive. And they didn't arrive in time at all in terms of what they addressed their issues. Like Lindy Ruff, I mean, that issue should have probably addressed earlier. Dougie Hamilton went out for the year. They didn't go get a defenseman. They tried to rely on a young prospect like Simon Nemec, who's played okay. Jack Hughes, little Jizzy's been hurt at times. I just think in terms of Tommy Fitzgerald, like, I don't know if all the onus can be put on Ruff and the players. And sometimes you got to look at your managerial staff. And I'm not trying to get critical, but it just seemed like their moves are so random. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why do you go get a goalie right now?
I think.
Look, what are we doing? Like, Shaky Allen. Why do we need Shaky right now?
I don't know.
Like, are we going for the playoffs? Like, they're not going to be a playoff team,
dude. I really thought after Kira Schmid was a good goalie. I saw him in person against the Devil. I guess the Vegas. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I guess that's what happens when the far left and the far right try to take you down. But this is great. Like, Swish, we were literally going to make our TV. I don't want to keep talking about it, but thank you to everyone in here. Fire up that chat. This is the way it goes. If you're new here, we look at the chat during commercial. We look at the chat during intermission. Sometimes during intermission, we have guests on. Sometimes we have fucking strippers come in here and just shake a little ass.
Shake that thing. Back it up.
As the great Rich the Kid once said, baby, shake them ass and those titties. Don't forget it. But anyway, we have a 0-0 game here. Yeah. Penalty on the Rangers upcoming here. I'm not sure what exactly happened because I was talking about ass and titties.
Yeah, we got a delayed call here. Obviously, that goal came back because it was offside. But yeah, shake that ass, make it dance. Let's see what happens, baby. 0-0 game right now, Rob. 10 minutes to play here in the first period. We got a Metropolitan. I mean, it's a Metro division battle. We got a little bit of a hook, it looks like, on little Jack Hughes. Or
Nice stick.
It was a high twig. Capo Caco. Now, this guy, I'm not sure about his game, but he's going to go sit for 2 minutes and feel shame. And we got an early power play here at Madison Square Garden in terms of 10-odd minutes into the game. Peter Laviolette gets alive looking at what happened there. Caco go sit for 2 minutes. You feel shame. But, yeah, I'm not sure, Rob. Are you really that high on the Rangers, too? I mean, not a whole lot of deadline acquisitions in terms of their team as well. I mean, they go get a guy like Wenberg, but Wenberg, if you remember, he's like 2 or 3 years removed from only that 2-goal season. Now, he has been about pretty good.
2 goals?
Yeah, he had about 2 and 25 that 1 year in Columbus. He didn't score for like 50-odd games to start the year, but he's had a little bit of a production rise in terms of the last 2 years being a serviceable player over in Seattle. But I just think, like, if that's your move and that's your only big move, I mean, that doesn't really move the needle in terms of coming out of the Eastern Conference.
I want to talk about Caco. I believed in him, but a lot of people forget that the Cacos, the Alexis Lafreniere, those guys were basically in the Fortnite era. Yeah. So those drafts in 2020, 2021, the players are just worse because they were so addicted to Fortnite. Like, people forget that. Yeah. Everybody was waking up playing Fortnite. So
whacking the bong.
Yeah, hitting the ball, hitting the 8-foot bong, playing Fortnite. So all those players that were drafted, and this is no disrespect, I'm a fat idiot on the couch. All those players, they're just not as good. The draft is a little thin. But getting back to your point about, you were just talking about, I forget. There's 1,700 people in here.
Yeah, we were talking about Wenberg.
Wenford.
Wenford.
Oh, you should have shot that.
Like, if that's your only acquisition, that's your big-time acquisition, I don't know. Like, I just don't think they moved the needle in terms of what a team like Carolina did. what a team like Florida did. Kuznetsov, a.k.a. Snowsnetsov, I think that's a really good acquisition in terms of a team in Carolina, really beefing up the middle. And if he can be even just a half of what he was on that cup run, the year they won it in 2017, 2018, he had 32 points that year. I mean, he was probably the lead catalyst of why they won that cup, if you really remember. I mean, he was unbelievable. I don't know if he won the Conn Smitty, but he should have for 100%. So back to this game.
Back to the game, folks. Sorry about
watching this game in terms of, we got a little bit of a power play. Jackie Hughes just massages it back, and we're going to get a little bit of look at that power play number 2. Yeah, I don't know. I think Jersey, I think they're probably thinking long term. I think last year was probably they played a little bit in and above their skis in terms of what they actually were winning a playoff round. Now this year, it was a little bit of a kind of a regression.
I was going to say, fire up the chat. What the fuck? All right, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, there we go. Anyways, get that chat buzzing like Jake Muzzin, folks. We got about 1,800 people in here, so get at us with questions. Where are you watching the game from tonight? Are you cheating on your skunk? Are you boozing tonight? I mean, it's Monday. It's professionals night. Last night, obviously, being industry night. Tonight, Monday night, folks, as you know, is professionals night. Nobody goes out on a Monday unless you have a goddamn problem or you're a goddamn professional. So where are we at? Where are we tapping in from? Again, we're getting a live look at Madison Square Garden, live from the couch. Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish watching this game from Scottsdale, baby. So we get a little 2-on-1 here, Bob. Oh, Zibanejad just flying up the middle, collects that puck.
Oh, good save.
Great save, yeah.
Penalty upcoming, too. You can't slash a guy on his hands anymore. Swish, is this a glitch or is there really 2,000 people in here?
I don't know if we've been shadow banned. I don't know if we've been shadow banned from the left in terms of just Elon before. And that's why we've only accumulated about 200 people, 300 people, maybe 400 odd people. But this is amazing. We're going to go to commercial break right now. So get at the chat. What do we got going on here, boys? Because sorry we're late, too.
Yeah, sorry we're late. We're going to go.
Maybe it's the lighting. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, maybe. I'm drinking. Don't worry. Big day work, but that's fine. Yeah, fuck work. Who cares? Let's, if you don't like your job, just slack off and. All right, here we go. If Gensel doesn't sign an extension with Carolina, what are the chances he comes back home, meaning Pittsburgh?
Well, what is home? So Pittsburgh is home. I mean, I think that Dubas, in the sense of when he gets Goodwill Bunting, he probably thinks there's a chance. He probably knows that maybe Carolina's not able to re-sign him or extend him. But at the same time, Rob, that's like going back to your ex-girlfriend that gets rid of you. Do you really want it? It sounds good for a couple months, and then ultimately maybe you go on a little bit of a run with your new fling, and then you're looking at her like, oh, I don't even see you in the same light. So I would be shocked if he came back there, but you never know. I'm not ruling it up.
Kind of crazy aren't covering Blues Bruins. That's because this is on national TV. So we like to cover things that you guys can watch the game. You can sync up where are you guys from? Tell us where you're from. We like to have you guys syncing up the game and watching with us on a different screen.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that, take pictures, tag us on Insta, whatever.
Tweet at us, get at us, Insta, whatever it is, baby.
All right. Fire up the chat. Hold on.
Keep getting the chat buzzing, baby. Let's
Having
go.
it from Tampa Bay. Love it. Blacking the bomb from the Boston. Love it. Dirty Jersey. What is worse? Working a 9 to 5 or being married? Talk about ball and chain. Yeah, I mean, statistically, being married is just a tough balance. I mean, 60% of people get divorced. Another 20 of them want a divorce. Now you're looking at about 20% of people that it actually works out. And it's tough to whack the same chick. And likewise, I'm sure a girl does not want to be intimate with me for a long time. Let's not get it twisted here.
I mean, it's not an easy business, this marriage game. So I would say probably to each his own right there in terms of what is worse there. Probably the equally as worse.
We're at the Rangers game right now. Hell yeah. Tapping in from the game is just another level of dedication.
Love that.
I don't know what's going on. How is there 2,000 people in here?
I think we got to go back to New York is what this is telling us right now, because this is the first Ranger Devils game we've done, especially live from MSG. I mean, I think we got to go back there. Here, let's keep getting the chat. Folks, keep tapping in with us. Again, get at us in the chat. Ask us anything National Hockey League related. Anything you want to know from the Heat Daddy, what he was up to this weekend, this historic bender he's been on. Ask him anything. Right now, we got a New York Rangers power play as Adam Fox massages the puck nicely. He sends it to the point as Artemi Panarin handles it. And Bob, I think if they're going to strike right now, it's probably going to be the bread man, because he's probably a little bit pissed off in terms of, getting that goal called back.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many goals that Panarin had. He's like top 10 in the league.
Yeah, that was should have been his 36. He's at 35 right now. So the Russian is probably a little choked. This is a great shot here. Unbelievable net front in the tip. What a save there by the netminder. Who's playing in net tonight, by the way? It's not Shaky. Who's in the net there?
Who is that?
I don't know. We're getting a live look here at the first power play unit. Again, Bobby Gucci, 6:59 in the first frame. If you're following along with the boys, again, folks, this is unbelievable. We have everyone tuning in. Gooch, this is probably our biggest stream we've ever done.
Biggest we've ever done.
I mean, we've had Paulie T and T on. This is rivaling.
Switch. I want to tell the crowd, Elon is coming out with a feature allegedly that you can actually Chromecast this to your TV just on an app. Like if you have multiple TVs, like if you're just a dude that's a guy that has multiple TVs in the living room, you're gonna be able to download a Twitter app on whatever streaming device you use, Roku, Fire Stick, all that shit. And literally UJizz, Pornhub, whatever the fuck, X videos, X Hamster, Brazzers, Okie dokie. And you'll be able RedTube, bro, man. Dude.
RedTube is like that would literally shut down your computer if you went on that thing.
Oh,
like it would literally like be in flames. So you go on it and all of a sudden it would just blow up.
I literally went on RedTube in my house and the water heater exploded.
Yeah,
it was literally my garage was flooding. It was insane. Like, back to the game.
It literally started my furnace on fire when I was putting that on the old Hewitt Packard 97. Anyways, folks, right now live here from the couch, North Scottsdale, we have 6:50, 6:35, 6:36 remaining. In the first frame, power play at 109 right now. We can get another look at a first unit. It is, though, man.
It can't be right.
I'm not going to lie.
How is there 2,000?
We have more people in this stream than at Mullet Arena, and that's no disrespect.
No disrespect, but how the hell, especially after I got canceled last week, how the fuck are we pulling 2,700 people?
Keep asking us questions, folks. We want to get this thing absolutely buzzing. At this rate, we're going to try to probably get a guest on Geek Daddy. I'm going to look at my phone here. We can get someone on.
Can we get Garrett Sparks on?
We can get Sprinkles on. We could be, I don't know, maybe a Nikki Schmaltz, someone to tune in with the boys.
Yeah, I need somebody.
Someone's got to get on because right now this
Rachel Starr.
This is crazy. Anyone, If you have a friend, you have a skunk, if you have a player you want us to try to get on, because this thing's buzzing right now. Anyways, back to the game. This power play, though, absolutely deadly. You got a guy like Adam Fox at the top. He is so silky. That is no secret, but oh my God, we got to look here at Eric Hall.
Oh, here we go.
Eric Hall of Famer.
Oh!
How about his first years in Minnesota, his nickname? Hall of Famer. Because he was just, I guess, like all the veterans would think like this guy just thought he had like 1,000 games in the league. He was probably like, a young kid, probably cocky
a little
like
bit.
how we all were coming up. But how sick is that name? Hall of Famer.
It is sick. Holla, we them boys. Switch, can you tell the story about, actually, let's do it. Actually, no, we can't a commercial. The ELC special.
Oh, like you're talking about the Western Canadians?
Yeah.
So, folks, like, there's this thing, like, there's always a joke, and especially being a college guy, so we're getting a little sidetracked right here. And if anything really, remotely good happens to the game, we'll get back to it. But anyway, so what I'll try to tell as quick as I can. But basically, as a college guy coming out of college, entering into my entry-level contract. So an entry-level contract is a 3-year contract you get as a 20-year-old kid. And basically, it's $70K. You get a $90,000 signing bonus. That's the max. And it can be anywhere from $50K to $90K is kind of the signing bonus. And your pay is somewhere similar. But
what a save.
What a save. Hell of a save. But what an entry-level starter kit is, Rob, and especially the college guys. We'd always go to prospects camp, and we get a little look at here at 3-on-2. Nice pass there by Wenberg.
We can save an admission. No, keep going.
But I think we tell right now. But anyways, what it is especially going to prospects camps, I would always be looking at these major junior guys, especially Western Canadian guys. It's like you look at them in an entry-level starter kit. What it was LA looks in your hair, just probably a full bottle. It was a full sleeve tattoo with probably a lion on it, some sort of bear, maybe a little bit something reminiscent of the mountains or a forest. So it was a full sleeve of something like you probably just put together 5 minutes before you went on the chair. And then it was a Rolex that you bought with your signing bonus. So now you're all in for probably of that first year of your $90K. You're probably wearing 20 on your sleeve. You got 20 into the Rolex, and then those guys would always buy like a Mercedes. So the starter kit was always it was always a Mercedes. It was a full sleeve tattoo with things you probably just put together at the store, like a Justin Bieber lion. It was a grizzly bear with a quote that's saying, if you want to be a bear, be a grizzly. And then it was, slick back hair. So that was always the ELT starter kit. You're like, where did this guy? He played Lethbridge for sure. Fourth round pick. Yep, 100%. You bang on. So that was always the funniest thing ever because it would always be those guys would walk in the locker room and be like, there would be like out of a draft class, probably 5 of them get signed. At least 4 of them would have this, Rob. It was an entry-level starter kit. Like every guy, especially from Western Canada and the OHL, would always have this. So the college boys would always get a hell of a look. I don't even know if that's a good story, but we had to tell it.
Yeah, I thought it was funny, but what a good save there by Quick. How about all right, fire up this chat. We're going to go to the chat right now. We have 3,400 people in the building. Unless there's some sort of glitch, I can't believe it. This is
Folks,
awesome.
yes, load up that chat right now. We're at a final commercial break of the first period. Again, we'll go to intermission after the 3-minute marker here. But load up the chat. What are we doing tonight? What do you want to know? We got the People's Insider, Jay Swish wig on, AHL All-Star jersey on, Franklin Mitt, good you, Bobby Gucci, the Heat Daddy, the People's Champ. What it is, baby.
I want to talk about this real quick. So with the Ruzicka thing, fire up that chat. Are you watching the game with us? Where are you from? Ask us questions. We rely on you guys for the commercial. So Ruzicka, obviously a bad bounce, tough mistake to make. But I want to tell the story real quick, and I've told it before. We hosted the gala, Jay Swish and myself, the Coyotes gala. I went on stage. The first thing I did was a cocaine joke. Then at the dinner, Ruzicka happened to have an assigned seat next to me, or I had an assigned seat next to him. And then that happened the same night. I obviously had nothing to do with it, but I just think that's an insane coincidence that happened. But, look, I don't know the guy, but I hope that he finds his footing somewhere because it's a tough mistake. Maybe he needs to get help. Too many people are quick to be like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. You're responsible. Maybe the guy has a problem. But hopefully he gets his footing. He's still a young kid and gets the help he needs if he needs it.
At the end of the day, hang up your keys, folks, because you never know what they put in that white powder these days anyways. And on a serious note, hang up the keys, put the keys away. If you're driving drunk, if you're snowing, just throw them up there, baby, low and slow.
Oh, this guy's saying it's total views, not concurrent. That would make sense.
Gotcha. Okay.
So there's not 3,000 people watching. But
gotcha. So when did they change that
sort
of thing? Because it used to just be the people watching.
No, that's not true, though.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's total. I wouldn't think that changed.
Oh, it is total.
It is total? Oh, you change it. Folks, right now, again, keep loading up that chat. We have about 3 minutes remaining here in the first frame.
All right, anyway, load up the
what do we have for people actually watching?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, thank you for tuning in, folks. Again, get at us in the chat. Right now, we are back to the game. We have Luke Hughes on the ice, a young defenseman. The brother, of course, of Little Jizzy. 3:27 remaining to play as we are tied up at 0-0. Right now, the shots in favor of the New York Rangers, 13-5. They are putting on a little bit of a clinic right now, a little bit of a minute clinic, a place where you go get a Z-pack, maybe a 3-pack of Domers, and hey, maybe a little bit of Plan B. But that's neither here nor there because we are live from the couch over here in North Scottsdale as Adam Fox sends a puck up the wall, and Matt Rempe collects it and throws an absolute burger across the ice. Fella, just chip it up the wall and live to fight another day and use those hands like frozen turkeys. Throw first, ask questions later. I hope we get a dust-up between Curtis McDermott, one of the toughest guys in the National Hockey League, and a young up-and-coming chucker in Matt Rempe. Rempe, he's massive, dude. I mean, I want to see this guy in person because on TV, he's like Chara size. It's crazy, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, this kid's just a beast, and New York has really embraced him. Sorry, I didn't mean to hide that, but he's a beast. New York has embraced him, and you come out swinging like that. He's also playing well, and I think Adam Fox talked about it, and they're like, hey, this guy isn't just going out just fighting; he's also playing good hockey. So 2:19 remaining in the first period. If you're watching the game with us, thank you for watching. And we got this nothing game here, and I need to build a prize picks at the intermission real quick.
Build it low and slow, build it to win. Folks, right now, again, we're looking at the Devils' third line in terms of Kurt Lazar. Curtis, I'll sign a 1-by-1 Lazar. I'm going to In-N-Out, and I'm ordering a 1-by-1. That's all I want. Don't give me term, don't give me dough. Just give me something low and slow. Alexei Lafreniere finds a streaking Eric Gustafsson. He touches it over to Artemi Panarin, who says, I drive high and wide. As we get a look at Jack Hughes with a little bit of space, a little real estate, if you will. Oh, he finds it under the triangle of Zach Jones, and he is not able to collect on that in terms of making a high play to Nico Hischier. Folks, right now, 90 seconds to go. Again, get at us in the chat. We're going to go to intermission here soon. And again, intermission starts with you, the people. Load up that chat. Get at us. We're getting a live look here at Alex Wenberg. I don't know how this guy's game is. I mean, he's okay. I just don't think the Rangers really made a push to make their roster better. Obviously, a guy like Jake Trouba is missed tonight in terms of hitting someone right in the head, probably sending him to the quiet room, and especially in a game like this, if you remember last year in the playoffs with Timo Meier, I mean, he put his chin sideways. I mean, Timo Meier going through that handshake line. Looked like he was seeing pretty stars and a bunch of B's. So Thomas Nosek, a guy that just has been in the league, snapping them back 55% for the last 8 years. He's a guy I played with against in Grand Rapids. He's the same exact player. It's just hilarious. Like, he literally just is in the league for a great penalty killer, a good stick. He's going to take about a 28-second shift and get off and do it again.
Yeah, we got 32 seconds remaining. I can't believe that did that. I really thought that was 4,000 concurrent. It doesn't matter, though. We're just happy people joined the goddamn stream. 20 seconds to go. Oh, good.
Nice little chance there, but not able to connect. His Hall of Famer tries to play a little play against Ryan Lindgren. Ultimately intercepts it, gets his feet going, and Andre Palat sends him into his own cage, the 4x6. Folks, that's a turnover. And a great chance there for Famer.
Shoot.
Shinny shake by Smitty there. Jesus, he hasn't done that since his days at Wisco in 2008. And that will conclude the first period. Right now, we had that goal called back here, folks. Again, 0-0 right now, live from MSG. But more importantly, Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish, live from the couch. I guess they made that move for Roslovic. He's an okay player coming over from Columbus. Again, I just don't think he really moves the needle in terms of playing heavy hockey. I look at teams like Florida and Carolina and even Boston to be a little bit ahead of the New York Rangers, a.k.a. the New York Strangers. Gucci, what do we have in the chat?
This is from Jimmy Ratlegs. Recognize that name from watching
Jimmy Ratlegs
every week. Me and the boys at Club Seats at Lighting Flyers Saturday with open bar access. Will somebody please invent a breathalyzer for cell phones? I ruined every female friendship I have by the second period. Well, Jimmy, I think female friendships are meant to be rude. You either want to whack them or you either don't want to whack them. And at the end of the day, I'm not saying that's the right thing. I'm not saying guys and girls can't be friends. I'm just saying sometimes dudes are guys. You'll get over it. Luckily, there's 3 billion women on the planet. I wish you the best of luck, and that's awesome that happened, honestly. I mean, I do it all the time.
Yep, and you don't need a breathalyzer, Jimmy. Just gauge your own boozing level. If you haven't pissed yourself by the third period, well, you're probably doing things wrong.
Swish, I just want to say great job covering the trade deadline. The People's Insider is undefeated.
Thank you, brother. And that's what the People's Insider does. I bring you, the people. I work for the people, by the people. I should be the goddamn Constitution over here. But yeah, broke 3 or 4 trades. Sorry, Drager. Sorry, my boy, Elliot Friedman. The People's Insider just came in first. And that's not being cocky, Rob. That's just is what it is. Sitting in an AHL All-Star jersey over here and a wig on, not getting any sort of salary. So People's Insider, always working for you, the people, baby.
All right. I'm dripping over the new wig, Swish.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, this one just recently came in stock from my boy Howler, the mascot over there at the Phoenix Coyotes. It's actually pretty natural looking. I tell people, I mean, I think I could be a blonde with balayage. It's tailored, it's feathered. I actually put a little product in for tonight, a little clay Aiken, if you will. So a little gel, a little clay. And the secret is actually a little bit of lotion. So, folks, you can take one thing from this wig. Motion is lotion. And I haven't tucked in it yet, Rob, but one of these days, I'm going to tuck in a wig. This could be unbelievable.
And by tuck, T-U-C-K, he means whack a chick wearing the wig.
Whack a chick wearing a wig.
Edmonton, when?
We are working on Edmonton. I have not received a call or text back from my scouts and sources out of Edmonton. Last I heard, the guy was shoveling a little bit of white powder up his nose the weekend the Nelk boys were in town. And since then, I think he's been on the shelf. So if you are listening, my Edmonton source, which you are probably not, you're still probably hung from that weekend, please give me a text back. And that reminds me, I will be giving you a text after this stream.
Swish, who is your favorite Maritimer you ever played with?
Maraferda, guys that jump off the top of my mind, brother, I would say a guy like Zach O'Brien, 2-time Kelly Cup champ, I believe, with the Newfoundland Growlers, absolute piss tank. Still a guy that FaceTimes me to this day, straight out of Newfoundland. Anytime he FaceTimes me, Rob, he just says, one touch of beer. Bro, it is 10 in the morning on a Tuesday. I'm not going to one touch a beer. So that's a guy that's really Ferda, guy that comes to mind as a Maritimer. Talk about a guy that can probably chug about 30,000 beers and still stand up. So he's like a cockroach. You can't kill him. Shout out to Zach O'Brien, still killing it in the easy come, hard to leave hockey league in the East Coast Hockey League.
What do the Penguins do with their pick? Surrender a high 2024 first or an unprotected 2025 to San Jose, a.k.a. Man Jose? Why do they call it that? Well, there's a lot of dudes there.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, to each their own. What Kyle Dubas wants to do with those picks, I just think they're a long way in terms of what their actual rebuild looks like. Now, a guy like Sidney Crosby, he's not going to bail on his elder statesman in terms of like Andy Malkin. and Chris Letang. But at the same time, in saying that, he wants to win. He realizes his window of playing ice hockey at a high level, like he still is coming to a close. Right now, Sidney Crosby is probably on hole 15, 16, maybe even say 14. Maybe just put it out in the 14th green. But his window to win is limited, and you can tell and sense the frustration he had with that Gensel move. I don't know what you do with that pick, but fucking Kyle Dubas, make something happen for one of the greatest players of all time, because this guy deserves to win, and you got to rebuild this thing on the fly.
Yeah. What are both of your favorite NHL teams? You know what satisfied Jake? I grew up, Islanders fan. And then what happened was my childhood friend, his uncle was John Tortorella when he went to the Rangers. I started following the Rangers. So then I, followed the Rangers. And then after that, I just started rooting for my friends in the league. I started having friends that making the league or already in the league and meeting new people. And now I just cheer for my friends. So I don't really have a specific team.
Yeah, I would say I'm more or less the same. I don't really have a team. I'm not like super fan over here. It's like watching the league. I like watching good players, good chins, guys that throw both. So in terms of exciting players, I love Kucherov. He doesn't have a goddamn pulse out there. I feel like he takes an Ambien before a game and still puts up 1 and 3. So that would be my probably favorite player in the league in terms of just silky guys.
You guys think Marc-Andre Fleury hits blinkers in the room between periods at this point? I don't even know what the term blinkers means.
That would be a pen blinker. That's a 10-second tug right off a sativa dab pen. So, no, I don't think he's smoking the old sticky. But, hey, if he is, all the power to him, because a guy like Marc-Andre Fleury is fucking 40 years old, damn near. This is probably his last season in terms of a curtain call. So he's got about 5-6 odd weeks of his career left, unless he decides to play another year. So if he's smoking crystal, if he's smoking sativa, whatever it is, all the power to you, fella.
Fellas, is it weird to say that I would let AJ Millette go sit on my face?
Remember when I tweeted at her? I said, "Are you single?" When we looked it up, she's been married for 20-odd years. I just wanted to whack her so bad.
She's on a one-way deal, 20 years and a hook. When did Jack Rockcock Roslovic join the Rangers? I didn't even know he was on Rangers till like 2 days ago.
I forgot. Yeah, he got dealt to the deadline rock wrench. He came over, obviously, from Columbus. But, yeah, stiffer than a board, harder than a diamond in an ice storm in terms of rock cock there. He's a decent player. Doesn't play too heavy. He's fast. He's a serviceable middle six winger. I could think he play on a second or third line. But again, I just don't think any of their moves, their acquisitions in terms of the strangers, really move the needle.
Yeah, we did see Tortorella go up. Look, my take on it is I like Tortorella is a real guy. He's a real one, and people think that he's a big asshole douchebag. Per sources, I don't know the guy, but he's really not. He just gets passionate in the heat of the moment in the game, and he felt like he was wronged by Wes McCauley, and he was like, "Fuck you, I'm not leaving this bench. Fuck you, I'm not getting out of here, you motherfucker." And the NHL fined him for it. Do I think the fine was heavy? Yeah, Ryan Whitney had a great tweet about it. He's like, Jacob Trouba got less than what got less of a suspension or fine than what Tortorella did. And Jacob Trouba swung his stick at a guy's head.
Yeah, he full on took an absolute tomahawk Paul Bunyan-like swing at Trent Frederick's head. But the funny thing about Tortorella is their ownership there is going to pay that $50K fine, so it doesn't matter. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Like, I thought that was pretty vanilla. I think I'm a firm believer, Rob, in all press is good press. So whatever Tortorella did, however the league wanted to handle it, it is what it is. And that's why it makes for a great story and a great sport of who Tortorella is. He brings color to the game. I just thought it was fucking soft. Like, if he doesn't want to leave the bench and Wes McCauley's not willing to have a conversation with them, then fucking get benched. He's going to stand his ground and he's going to put his chin on the line. And if it comes with a $50K fine, well, you know what? That's fucking peanuts to Flyers ownership. And I love how they backed him. They said, you know what? They don't give a shit. They stand behind their coach, and that's what Philadelphia Flyers hockey is all about, dating back to the Ed Snyder days. So, whatever. Play on, baby.
Did Matt Cook really marry his billet mom? Is that true?
I don't know. I never heard about Matt Cookie doing it. Ruslan Fedotenko did that in Sioux City.
Come on.
Yeah, I played in Sioux City.
What about the dad?
So, Ruslan Fedotenko married his billet mom. He was whacking her the whole year, and I specifically remember it was Dave Haxtell was the coach at the time, who coached me in North Dakota, who's now the head coach of the Seattle Kraken. He said the billet dad, he tells the story, the billet dad called him and he said, you better trade this kid off my team or I'm going to fucking kill him.
Oh, my
He was
God.
literally going to shoot him. He was a general surgeon, and he was never home. And Ruslan Fedotenko was whacking his billet mom with like a fake set. She was actually pretty good looking at the time.
And now they're married.
They're married, yeah.
Oh, my
And
God.
I think they're still happily married.
Wow. It just goes to show cheating pays off.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. If you're not whacking, well.
Rob, who is topping the post TDL inside or power rankings? I need to make it up. Obviously, Swish is making his way on there. That's obvious. I think Elliott's on there. I don't know if Weeksy Kid has done enough.
No, I don't think he has.
Yeah, I don't think he has either. I'm not sure. I need to take a
Gregor, obviously.
Nardi parlays. Don't skip me. I didn't see what you said. Type it again. Maybe I could scroll up and find it. Sometimes we accidentally skip them. I wanna get everybody here. I don't know. You might have to retype that, sir.
Just refire, fellas. Shoot to get hot. Shoot to stay hot, baby.
Heaters at a Boston hat. Oh, it's hey, how about I was at Cox Internet and Cable the other
I'll
day?
hire you if you think that's a Boston hat. Sorry, I mean,
Saul Goodman is on a bean right now.
right. I was gonna say, are you on a disco biscuit?
Some guy goes, "Where'd you get that hat?" I go, "My buddy owns a company called Butter Golf, and he's Sioux alumni." And he goes, "You get that in the Sioux shop?" And I go, "No, I got it from my buddy, but they were in the Sioux shop. Were they?"
No, those weren't.
Oh, well, I
those
said they
limited
were.
edition, yeah.
But he was like, he was like, "Oh, I'm a contractor, and I built some shit up there for the
No
race."
way.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
Yeah.
Quick question for the boys: what's up? What's up, dog?
How you
Chilling.
doing, baby? Just chilling, man. Another sober day. Trying to stay sober out here. It's Monday, baby. Like Monday night lights, chins are tucked. Actually, a pretty light weekend for the boys, all things considered. So, Rob, it's good to be back on the couch, man. I love the people. Keep getting at us in the chat here, folks. We're gonna have about 9 or 10 minutes left in this first intermission. Again, where are you watching from? If you're watching along with us and the game, please tweet at us the picture of your setup. Maybe even send us an Instagram. We love reposting those, so get at us that way as well.
The Wild pulling the goalie through NT and getting the job done. That was so fucking cool. That was really cool.
I thought that was cool. I mean, that's something that came over from the Continental Hockey League in terms of Sergei Fedorov. He is the first guy to do that, pull the goalie while in OT. Now in the National Hockey League, if you pull your goalie and the other team scores, you don't even get that 1 point for overtime. So that was a more of a gutsy move. In Europe, you still get that point. Over here, not the case. I just think the Wild are at such a point of do or die, and that's something you got to do if you're John Hines. You need the 2 points. The one doesn't mean anything.
We might have a special guest coming on, the Ali Ray.
Ali Furter.
Yeah, something happened with her and Carl Anthony Towns. Like, I don't exactly know the whole story, but trying to get her on. I said we should probably do a Bruins game with her because she's a Bruins fan.
Right.
She wants to air out what happened.
Okay, air out those nukes and air out whatever else is going on for the Ali Furter.
Yeah, or we could wait.
Yeah, we'll see.
I might just tell her.
What else we got in the chat here, folks? Nikki Furta.
Vegas out here sucks. Jimmy Ratliff is the MVP of the chat right now. Vegas out here sucking up all the talent at the trade deadline. Reminds me of my ex who moved to Oregon. Whatever happened to parity-driven league? Yeah, Vegas is, people are joking about the LTI and everything, but like Mark Stone is actually hurt. If Mark Stone comes back game one of the playoffs, I'm gonna be like, all right. But it's a loophole. What are you gonna do?
I mean, even if he comes back first game of playoffs, who cares? Why is everyone so mad?
Because they're jealous of Vegas. I mean, they came in the league; they're good right away.
Well, okay, then every other team do that. Then put someone with 9 bananas, making 9 bananas on the shelf, and see if you can get in the playoffs without them, and then start them game one. I mean, they're playing with inside the rules. I don't know.
I mean, like, be mad all you want. Business is business, baby.
I mean, it's Kelly McCrimmon from Plenty, Saskatchewan. He's got the biggest set of moose knuckles in the league. He put his wrench on the table and said, "Come eat this."
How long before Chicago's back in the running? Probably I'd say around 30 years. I mean, in Bettman's league, probably next year.
I mean, they're probably going to get the first overall pick again.
Yeah, they're probably going to get it for the next 5 years.
And then Leon Draisaitl is going to maybe if it doesn't end, maybe in Edmonton it doesn't go as planned in terms of winning a mug. Maybe he slides out of there. I don't know. Now I'm just a conspiracy theorist, but I think they'll be back buzzing sooner than later. When you have Bedard, it's that guy. Even watching him last night against a depleted Coyotes team. I mean, he's the real deal, James Neal.
Yeah. Would Nicky Furta ever leave the desert?
I mean, fuck, the team might be leaving. Who knows? These guys might be packing and heading to Mormon country in terms of Salt Lake City. We don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's got 2 years left on his deal. I don't think he's a guy that they're looking to trade and necessarily shop, at least to my knowledge. But who knows? I mean, nothing's forever, Rob.
Yep, that is true. including most marriages. Do you think the Wings are going to make the playoffs with this 5-game slide and the Islanders 5-game heater? These Wings make me smoke heaters again. I actually just found out the Islanders. I don't watch the Islanders switch because they're painfully boring.
Oh God, they're awful.
And I didn't even know they were on a 7-game heater until I was actually on my way over here.
Yeah, that's why I was considering maybe doing that game tonight. But the Detroit Red Wings, they're a free falling like a young Tom Petty, and it doesn't look like there's any real light in sight in terms of when Dylan Larkin is going to get back. Now, Showtime can kind of put them on their back, but I don't know. Watch them at Mullet the other night. They're struggling, man. I mean, I just don't know about this team. They seem like they're very off kilter. Their goaltending is an issue. I think the Islanders, if I'm a betting man, if I'm sitting in Vegas at the Wynn Sportsbook, I'm putting my money on the Islanders to get on the playoffs over the Detroit Red Wings.
Wow.
Just because their structure is way better. I just think that the Wings right now are fucking leaky, man. They're leaky.
Swish, best and worst. We get this question a lot, but best and worst AHL city you played in?
Oh, my God, the jungle. Well, the first time I ever rolled up to Binghamton, New York, it literally reminded me of The Hills Have Eyes. I was like, where the hell am I? And we're not getting paid enough to play in this goddamn barn. So Bingo, New York no longer has a team, thank fuck. But anywhere upstate New York was not perfect. Now, best AHL cities, back in the day, San Antonio was tough to beat. Austin, obviously San Diego. Now you have a team just outside of Vegas. So there's some pretty good AHL cities. I loved my time in Chicago just because that was back when Chicago was actually safe to go out in. You go snapping around River North, shout out to a place called Stout. Used to be able to go down there until about 6 a.m. How are you? And I would say there's definitely some good cities, but there's like no in between. Like some of those cities are just like Rockford. It's like, holy fuck, like, this is a third world country. So it all depends on where your NHL team assigns you, and you just got to hopefully get fucking lucky.
Fellas, do the Flames sneak into the playoffs? I'm going to say no.
No.
I mean, they're what are they? 5 points out, more than that, 8 points out. You got Vegas. Vegas being in a wild card spot right now is crazy.
I mean, they might play Edmonton first round and whack them 4-1.
That would be sick. But like Minnesota is 6 points behind the Knights. Could you imagine if Minnesota's
not making it?
Best rub and tug story. Well, I'm going to hold off on that.
Well, best rub and tug. Well, I'm not going to give you the full story in terms of a full body release, but if you're in the greater New York City limits, head over to the West Garden, get a full body release that is all rub, all tug, one of the best facilities in all of North America, the mecca of all RMTs. I'm not a rub and tug guy, but when in Rome, get a tug. So, folks, that is a free ad for the West Garden, straight out of Chelsea, New York, right in the jaw of the city.
What do you think? Sorry, we're going to have a guest on. We're going to have Allie Ray on, an absolute set of jammers. Not just her. I'm not trying to objectify a woman, but I'm just pointing out she does have jammers.
Just a full-on set.
Most underrated man rocket in the NHL.
I don't know. I don't really like judge dudes.
I don't know.
I don't really like not looking at dudes a lot.
Yeah. I'm not, especially right now. It's like peak season, Arizona. Pool is wet deck season.
I mean, the wet deck, fella. Caesar's Wet Deck. I cannot wait to get to the Caesar's Wet Deck. It is confirmed over here. New spot in Scottsdale, right in the jaw of Old Town. Honestly, just north of Fashion Square. The Wet Deck at Caesar's. Folks, they don't have gaming, but they do have fun bags walking all around the second deck of their pool.
When's the Southern California live show coming? Well, we're just trying to hit all the spots that we can definitely fill the house in first, and then maybe we'll venture out when we get bigger and grow as a show. But yeah, I would love to do that. I think that would be awesome. I think Tampa Bay would be a good spot. But yeah, I would love to go to Southern California there and mix it up and have a glass of wine.
Heard a lot about you.
Did one of you fellas take a picture of that cacti beneath you?
Yeah, that's actually
behind you, not beneath you.
Yeah, that's actually my work. It's I took that with a Canon. Actually, it was just a straight. It was just like a Fujifilm Canon that I bought at CVS, and we blew it up, and it's a hell of a picture. I mean, it's great lighting, good chin, throws both. So yeah. What time is Allie Ray joining us?
Second intermission.
Okay.
So I'm because I don't think we have time right now.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, let's see. Went to college in Binghamton, New York. Even the dorms were Section 8 housing. Yeah, tough.
That place is not perfect.
Tough spot. All right, keep the chat going. Oh, never mind. Don't keep the chat going. Well, yep, keep it going. Keep it going. We're going to go to commercial break. When commercial break is going on, we're going to come back to the chat.
Folks, we are back here for the second period live from North Scottsdale, Arizona. But more importantly, I guess, if you will, live from MSG, we have 0-0 hockey in a Metropolitan Division battle between the home team, the New York Rangers, and the visiting New Jersey Devils. Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish on the call. Hockey Night in Scottsdale, our 20th edition of the year over here. They grow up so fast, and a shot by Lafreniere is denied. I still have no idea who's playing in net right now, Bob, who is that? For the Devils. But, folks, who's playing in net here for the Devils? Please let us know. Usually I know every other player besides netminders. Jonathan Quick going tonight as he got extended the other week by the New York Rangers, getting another year on his deal. He's had a good season to date. So good for the Connecticut native and a childhood dream of his to play for the New York Rangers. 3-time Stanley Cup winner this game. That's a little bit more pace in the second versus the first. Yeah. Gucci, what are we looking at here? Let's see some goddamn goals, man.
I mean, dude, if you're the Rangers, I know we're a little bit far out, though, but you got to start just getting dialed in and having a solid game. You don't want to be like Detroit where things are going the other way. You want to just keep playing solid, fundamental hockey. Whatever fucking system you got going, play it, because playoffs are right around the corner, man. I mean, it's March, playoffs start in April, so, yeah, I mean, I think the Rangers need to, look at this game as hey, they're below us in the standings. This has to be a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, new players obviously getting acclimated. There's 2 or 3 games in with a guy like Jackie Rosovic. You have a guy like Alex Wenberg coming over, all the way over from Seattle, the Pacific Northwest, where people chain smoke meth, don't shave their legs or armpits, and you kind of just freeball it. But it's got to be a little bit of a different atmosphere in terms of coming over from Seattle, getting into the concrete jungle. So that is Sammy Adams, coast to coast. He's probably adjusting to the new life. Obviously, just all the different things, even playing in the West versus the East. So these guys, I don't know. I think, Jacob Trouba's out tonight. You're getting a little bit more, onus on a guy like the young defenseman Schneider here, as well as Adam Fox. So lots of good here for both teams. I just think the Rangers, I think they need to find their game again. I think they're a team still trying to figure out what exactly they were going to do. They've had a really good start to the season. They kind of, hit a little bit of a plateau. They've revamped it a little bit as of late, but I still think that's a team still trying to find their way, Rob, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Definitely.
And we still have, 5 odd weeks left in the season. So it's kind of crunch time for both these teams. Obviously, the Devils on the outside looking in, but the Rangers really trying to make a mark in terms of, securing the Metro.
Good opportunity at the other end of the ice. And we have 17-12, 17-11, 17-10, 17-09 if you're syncing up your TV with us. That's where we're at in the game, 17-05. Devils throwing the body a little bit right now. Yeah. Gets deep.
They're a team, Andrew Burnett takes over. Travis Green takes over. Burnett is now in Nashville. A guy like Travis Green, but a head coach before. He was in Vancouver. Obviously, that team made the playoffs 1 year in the bubble and then kind of struggled out of the gates. And he was ultimately fired for a guy like Bruce Boudreau, who is no longer anywhere in the National Hockey League, as Rick Tocchet is a coach now, the Vancouver Canucks. But we're getting a live look at a little bit of sauce from Alexander Holtz. I believe that's a young player who wasn't really getting a whole lot of opportunity under Lindy Ruff. I'm sure they've opened up the floodgates in terms of trying to get him more minutes. He had a great year last year. This year, a little bit of a sophomore slump. So look to see how he is managed under Travis Green. I'm sure that was a conversation Tom Fitzgerald, GM, and new coach, interim head coach Travis Green have had. This Vinny Trocheck, little dipsy dude, Dunkaroo there. That was a nice little slip.
A nice little move and a nice pass across the ice.
Yeah, for a kid out of Pittsburgh, those hips were moving, baby. Artemi Panarin, I never know what's under his helmet. It's either long flow, he's got a buzz cut, sometimes he's got, a mid-length hair, Rob. He's all over the place in terms of what Brett really brings with this hairstyle. He kind of keeps you on your toes, if you will.
Yeah, he does. I like him when he has longer hair. Like we talk about, I don't look at dudes too much, but I can't recognize him with the short hair. On the ice, when he had longer hair, you're like, oh, that's Panarin. It's tough to recognize him.
Right. He's been bald. He looked like he almost needed Bosley for a little bit. Then he came back, and now he's a mid-range guy, Sean Livingston. So he's been all over the places. We're going to look at 2-time Cup winner Andre Palat. He was out last year with a little bit of injury, came back late in the season. I honestly don't know how his year is going. I don't watch the Devils a ton, if I'm being honest. It's a team I don't love to watch. I mean, they got some exciting players, but Jack Hughes has been out for 20-odd games this year, and Timo Meier, the Swiss fondue fella, is still trying to find his way in terms of he's making 9.5.
Yeah. I mean, I stopped watching the Devils when they like shit the bed. I thought they were an exciting team to watch at first because it's always fun when a new team, not a new team, but it's always fun when a team turns that corner.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit, this team's fun. They're gonna make the playoffs, and they really, they found their way. The rebuild is over, and I'm not saying they have to rebuild or any of that. I'm not saying they're still in one, but yeah, it's just obviously disappointing season all around. You beat the Rangers last year in the first round.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think but in terms of a long term and your management there, like, especially the moves you've made up until this point of the season, it's like, well, we got a little gun shy. We probably fired our coach a little bit late in terms of what we were looking for. Then we make 2 random moves for a couple goalies. When we get rid of Tuck Foley, like, I just think that management was at a point where it's like, okay, it's probably not going to happen this year. We've regressed, sophomore slump in terms of our ultimate rebuild and our ultimate goal. What can we do? And they got to, their returns on different things. They're trying out a new coach in terms of an interim tag. I think there's a lot of questions in terms of going back to the drawing board and a lot of things Tommy Fitzgerald will have to address in the offseason. But right now, see how it plays out. Get to April. Let's book the trip to Hilton. Hey, let's get, that golf trip going. Maybe we're going to Pinehurst, whatever we're going to do. But right now, this is probably not the year as Brendan Smith
tripped up. Brendan Smith. Dude, Zibanejad needs to get going. No?
Yeah, he's just looked a little slow. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know if he was Darnell nursing an injury, but Eric Gustafson, oh my dipsy dude.
Oh, little can opener.
Oh my God, he opened them up like a thing of pinto beans. Holy shit.
Shout out to Shane Pinto, Long Island kid.
Shout out to Parlay Pinto, friend of the show over at Live and 5. Absolute beauty. That kid's a good dude and a hell of a player. He's having a great little start to his season that started in, mid-January. So shout out to Parlay Pinto. Good kid, throws both, got a great shot. Young up-and-coming player. Speaking of teams that are all over the place, the Ottawa Senators. Holy shit. What are we going to do there? Our coach is on life alert. We have a GM that is just buddies with our owner and Steve Staios. Now, I do think Staios can figure it out, but that is a lot of contracts there, a lot of contracts that really haven't really panned out or, in terms of the ultimate, you put $8 million.
Tell the team.
Well, you put $8 million to a guy, and he's played 130 games. It's like, Norris gets hurt again. I just think that team is an absolute dumpster fire right now. But you know what? Dumpster fires, things get burnt down, and you know what? We start over, maybe. So live look at the power play here, Rob. 154 remaining in the top unit of the New York Rangers. Zibanejad, guy I would like to see.
I want to talk about Ottawa real quick. Just relocate the damn team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it. I'm so sick and tired of Ottawa not having their shit together.
Where would you go if you want to bring them to the States?
Yeah, put them in fucking put them in Talladega.
Talladega. Speaking of Talladega, we should go this year. Put them in
Talladega.
In all seriousness, so put more teams in the U.S. Like, that's not just being
no disrespect,
total asshole as an American, but like. Let's get these boys. We're gonna skate 4-on-4. Like, where could you go after them? Does it make sense if it's Houston? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But is Houston better than Ottawa? I don't know.
I mean,
San Diego.
Guys, get the chat going. We're gonna go to commercial break here after this power play. Get the chat buzzing. Yeah, I don't know, man. San Diego would be cool, but there's definitely no fan base in San Diego. I don't think San Diego is gonna sell a building out every single night.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I don't call the shots. I just take them at the bar. So anyways, folks, right now, 4-on-4 remaining here in the second period. Right now, 14:41 remaining in the second frame. Again, we always go to commercial break in and around the 13-minute marker. That's when the National Hockey League, they do their TV timeout. So please get at us in the chat. Load it up. We're going to have a chance here. Oh, come on. It's got to be a little saucer pass there. But get that chat buzzing, folks. We want to answer your questions. Where are you watching from? What do you want to know? Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish, Hockey Night Scottsdale, calling the game live from Madison Square Garden. But more importantly, on the couch with the cactus painting behind us from TJ Maxx. So please load that chat up. Get it buzzing. I am going to Jackson Hole tomorrow. I'm going to the $1 Million Cowboy Bar. I'm going steep and deep on the slopes. I'm going Irish coffee before. I'm tucking my chin. My fight strap's going to be on. I'm going to be throwing both ways. I cannot wait, Rob, to get on that goddamn mountain.
Yeah, man. It's always fun to go on a ski trip. It's different, man. You're in nature. You get to ski. You get the booze. You get to go in the hot tubs. It's just a different kind of vacation, and it's a fun one. It's also good workout. So, like, when I go ski, I'm like, hey, I probably burnt at least 100 calories today. I'm gonna go have fucking 20 drinks.
20 drinks, yeah. Work it out. Folks, right now, please get at us in the chat, baby. What are we doing? We got March Madness starting up. Ask us anything UFC related. I think the next UFC fight, Rob, we got to call it. This last one with Sugar Sean Oferta, O'Malley. I mean, he was dancing around like a young Floyd Mayweather in that octagon. That was truly remarkable to watch. I'm a guy that doesn't really know anything about UFC, but that was so fun to watch.
He's way too fast for everybody in the division. He's way too accurate. The guy's on a different level, and I think his personality and his not antics, but like his
just his swagger,
his looks. That if people are like, "Oh, this guy's a clown," I mean, dude, this guy is a world-class fighter. And not only did he beat Aljamain, he defended his title against Cheeto, and yeah, man, the kid's it's so fun to watch.
Can we talk about Cheeto? Can we talk about Cheeto's chin though?
Unbelievable.
I mean, that thing is
real.
Like that's straight granite.
I want to look up Cheeto Vera.
Like what is
injury.
What is his chin made out of? Because that is that's a slab of like 3-inch thick granite that you would only find at a shack that's 10 million odd bucks. I mean, that chin, that is insane. The way he soaked that knee, I can't get over it. I've watched that clip, just the sound of it. I mean, his chin, he's literally a cockroach. You can't kill that guy.
No.
Like you can't knock him out. If you're not getting knocked out after that soak, what's knocking you out? Like an 18-wheeler? I don't even think, I think you could take a charge from an 18-wheeler. It's still not knocking him out.
Yeah, but like, the sound of the knee hit the thing, it was like, clack! How is his face not broken?
I have no idea.
It makes no sense. What made that sound?
I mean, when Oferta said he hit him, he said he that cracking noise. It sounded like something broke. It was his jaw, his nose, his chin. Like, I mean, just talk about a granite chin. Like chins, I think of in terms of like putting into a National Hockey League perspective is a guy like Zach Cassian. I mean, that is the only chin I've really seen that steel thick. So, anyways,
back to the game.
Please load up the chat. We want to get at you again right now. 13 minutes and roughly 45 seconds remaining. We're going to skate 4 aside for the next 25 odd seconds. Still 0-0 in this Metropolitan Division heavyweight bout at Madison Square Garden. Hockey in March. Weather's getting better. Chicks are starting to just delayer a little bit. Everyone's unthawed. Everyone's looking a little better. Hey, maybe you got a little tan because you just went on spring break. Maybe you've been fake baking all winter getting ready for St. Patty's Day, for getting the latter half of April. I don't know, but just something about spring hockey gets in the air. Everyone gets a little hornier. It's just great. So it's starting to get to that exciting time of the year. 5 odd weeks left, 20 odd games. You can tell both teams, even though the Devils are on the outside looking in, the New York Rangers trying to find their footing. And you know what? It's just an exciting time of year. So please get at us in the chat and just ask us anything. Bobby Gucci J Switch related, folks. We'll be in Buffalo, Rob. That will be on the 30th of the month. Plug that quick.
If you're in Buffalo, we have a live show before the Sabres Toronto Maple Leafs game. That's Saturday, March 30th. It's a perfect place to come out, get a little drunk before the game. And we're going to be going on stage around probably around 4. But if you're in the Toronto area, if you're in the Buffalo area, we've done shows in North Dakota. We've done shows in New York, Calgary, St. Louis. That's it, right? Just 4.
But, yeah, in North Dakota as well, if you didn't mention that.
Yeah, and tickets are on sale now. I think they're pinned in my tweet. They're $20. You get a free drink with it. It's a perfect place to come down, and we get crazy, man. We fucking talk about the game. We talk about everything under the sun. So.
Right, and if you're in Southern Ontario, like, pop off. I mean,
the Leafs are playing.
Right, like we might come to Toronto in April. That is not confirmed nor denied yet. We're still in talks with the bar there in the 6th. But if you're in Southern Ontario, make the drive, baby. Get through the Niagara Falls region. Get on into the Rust Belt at Chippewa Street. I think we're probably going to be going back to the bar after the game as well in terms of a little bit of an after party. We're still trying to orchestrate what that looks like. But the pre-show, it's going to be unbelievable. The fan engagement's always all the time. We get the Flip Cup going. We get chug-offs. We play with you. So, again, folks, if you're in the greater upstate New York area, if you're in Toronto, if you're in Ontario, maybe you're in Niagara Falls. I don't know where the hell you are, but please come on down to the show. It's going to be a hell of a time. Oh, we're going to get drunk, too. I mean, we always get way too drunk. That's the one thing we do. So We can't turn it. I mean, I've never seen a shot I don't like, in terms of if I'm on the court, I'm on the golf course, or I'm at the bar. I mean, they all taste the same.
Yeah, I love a good shot. I just found out that the new place I moved into has a bar in the estate club. It's so fucking
What do you mean? It's there's a working tender there?
Yeah.
No way.
24/7, not 24/7, but every day of the week.
No. Is there TVs?
I don't know. I saw like the outside of it, but I didn't like go in.
There's a bar in your community.
Yeah, and it's in the same building as the gym.
So you go bar, gym, bar?
Yeah.
That is so sick.
And
Talk about
tennis
a day-night doubleheader.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
And how thick is this? You can charge it to your. Oh my God! What if I think Kako just knocked the guy down, and when he fell, it knocked the puck away.
Yeah, I think it did. So it has a bar. I'm intrigued by this. So then you can just charge your room or what?
Well, there's an HOA, so they could charge your HOA bill.
So it's like 10 grand and just all bar fees.
Yeah. Folks, we're gonna have Allie Ray on the second intermission. She is gonna be here, and we're gonna be talking about a situation that happened with her and Carl Anthony Towns. We're gonna clear the air.
Talk?
We might talk. I don't know. I don't know the story actually. I didn't see her. She said she's in some sort of like PR crisis issue. I didn't see her feed. I was busy all day. I was late to this because I was at Target doing shit. But yeah, we're gonna see. Keep that chat going. We're gonna
Ray and Carl Anthony Furta. This sounds like a goddamn soap opera, if you will. But anyway, folks, right now back to the game. 10-12 remaining. As Eric Halla takes a high shot on Jonathan Quick. I don't know if Halla saw the scouting report. Jonathan Quick indeed has the quick chest. That is no pun intended. As he buries it right onto the R in New York Rangers. That is his crest of his jersey, going down at a diagonal rate. Folks, right now, we're getting a live look here at Kako as he sent this puck.
Now, what happened here? Let's just take a look here.
So Lindgren sends that thing wide, the old Chelios play. See, they're just showing the defensive play of the game. Great stick on puck. Stick on puck, always, it's undefeated, folks. You get the stick on the blade. Well, there's not much you can do. Stick on blade, stick on puck, stick on tuck. Anyways, right now,
10 remaining, by the way.
10-10 to play here in the second frame. We are into the latter half, Bob, of the second period. Again, still scoreless. That goal was called off early in the first period. And both teams, I mean, they've been humming. There's been not a whole lot of chances. There have been a couple chances, a couple good saves by both netminders. So you got to think one of these is going to pop the cherry.
Yeah, it's always tough to announce a game when it's 0-0, but we're still here. We're still battling. At the end of the day, at least we're not watching like a Nashville game. All right.
Oh, yeah. We were maybe going to do that Nashville-Minnesota game. Now, think about it. Maybe it would have been okay with that goalie pull last night, but that's one you usually stay away. That's a no-fly zone. That's like a Spirit Airlines plane into the mountains. You just don't do it.
Marino taking down, I don't know who that is.
That Reppy? Yeah. No, it's the
he
big
is
dude.
Fucking huge.
Reppy is not a small human here, folks. He definitely can. He looks like a big demon heads up there. Hughes, Jesus. He just bailed on that. You could see. As Luke Hughes picks the puck up right along his own top of the circles, he sends a saucer pass into Alexander Holtz, who delivers the puck to Kurt McDermott, who is not matched up against Rempe tonight. I'm not sure why, because we want these big boys out there. I don't know if that's last change. Has to do with Pete Laviolette not wanting to get Rempe engaged. Maybe early in the game. Who knows? But that's just something to monitor is Mac Jones is massaging the puck. Or is that Zach Jones? What's his name?
Zach.
Yeah, Zach Jones.
Mac Jones just got traded to the Jaguars.
I was going to say, yeah. He did. Yeah, he got ditched. He's going to go play behind, Trevor Lawrence there?
Yeah, unless he somehow wins the job.
There's no way he's going to win that job.
No way.
No, even Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, that was a great pass.
That was a nice little look from the UMass Slamhurst product. Zach Jones.
Slamhurst.
He's getting a nice little extended look. Slamhurst, man. Oh, my God, those guys. All they did was booze. Just throwing both ways. Have you ever partied at Amherst, by the way?
No, I actually almost went there, Switch.
Really?
I went on tour on campus and there were beer cans everywhere.
How was it?
I went to a game. It was good. It was like a typical college campus, is it like a lot of shitty frat houses and stuff like that?
Is Amherst a nice town?
No.
I was going to say.
No, there's no nice towns in Massachusetts besides Boston and Cape Cod.
Yeah.
Shit. But I almost went there and I'm glad I didn't. I can't deal with that weather.
Right. Yeah, you made the right call.
Yeah, definitely. Came out to Arizona, never looked back. 7:42 remaining in the second period. We are scoreless in Madison Square Garden.
Oh, turnover. Oh!
He got the monkey off his back.
How does he use such a long stick? It's insane. That lumber literally is like almost as tall as him. Like the way he corralled that puck, even with a longer twig, like his elbow has to be up so high, and he gets it to his backhand. He goes river dancing, shimmy shoe, dunkaroo. That was a hell of a little slip and slide there for Mika Zibanejad. What a play! I mean, that was silky mittens from the Swedish DJ. My
God, this turnover here, fake slapper.
Siegenthaler,
it.
Yeah,
Lazar fumbles it.
Kurt Lazar beat that thing into a square. What a turnover by Kurt.
Hakkinen in net.
Well, that thing's bouncing high. Tier high, let her fly. Oh, Lazar, Curdy boy.
That's tough.
Nice play by skate to stick, though. I mean, don't discredit that play, too, by Zibanejad. He went skate to stick, got it on his backhand, a little chip right over the fucking blocker side. Oh, man, that's a great play. But what a turnover by Kurt Lazar. Holy pizza. That was a $5 hot and ready from Little Caesars.
It's one of those ones where, like, he just fucking whacked it.
Right.
He didn't get the weight over.
It didn't even look either. Like, he could have settled it down. I mean, it's easy to say from the goddamn coach, right? That game's going pretty fast, especially in that trapezoid area. That's where a lot of those goals are scored, Rob. Those turnovers inside the trapezoid. It's bang, bang, shrimp. Kreider with a nice little just play out front. I mean, it didn't have to be a perfect play, right? Because Zibanejad collected it or corralled it with his skate. He got it over to his backhand and, ultimately got it up in that chicken wing area and tucked her home.
All right, get the chat fired up. Ask us questions. What do you want to know? Hockey talk, real life talk. Are you mad at your skunk? Switch. I got to clear some cat space in the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, folks, what it is, what it isn't, baby. I'm looking at the chat right now with a mullet wig on. What do we got here, baby? Fella. What up, baby? I'm going to go back up here. What a wig. Thanks, fella. Sorry, folks. Just getting at this chat here, trying to read through my Gucci shades and a wig. All right, here we go. Jordan, how is the Swiss A-League? Honestly, it's a really good league. I mean, I was hurt for a good amount of last year, just in terms of I had a concussion. I was out. I kept coming back. My chin just wasn't – it was stung. So I think in terms of a league, though, like outside of Russia, I would say even now it probably has the best imports in all of outside of the NHL. So I think that league, in terms of how the quality is, the imports are probably the best you're going to find in all of Europe. That has included Russia. I just think you only get 5 imports. You can have 6 on your roster, 5 will play. So outside of that, and this is no disrespect, but as you know, when you say no disrespect, most of the time you're going to follow with a disrespectful statement. The Swiss guys, they're not perfect. I mean, there's some Swiss players that are decent players, but you only get 5 imports that can play outside of Switzerland. So that includes all of Europe. So Finnish guys, Swedish guys, North American guys, but there's a lot of good players, a lot of guys that played a long time in the National Hockey League. I mean, even a guy like Valtteri Filppula, who's about 38, 39 years old, is still over there, still getting it done. Sami Vatanen, longtime NHL defenseman, a really good player over there. There's a lot of good players that probably could still be in the NHL that just either are, they would be, maybe on the outside looking in, especially a guy like Vatanen. I still think he could play, and he was a hell of a player over there. So a lot of good imports in terms of that league. Folks, we're going to go back to the game here. We have 7:20 remaining. Again, get that chat going. There's actually a lot of questions. I was just sifting through them. Taylor sifting through them, and keep loading that chat up. Again, if you've asked a question already, don't be afraid to ask another one, baby. We'll answer them all. We got a little time here. Obviously, we're going to have Allie Ray coming on, talking about Karl Anthony Towns. I'm not sure if he laid the woodshed to her. I don't know what happened there. So we will get at her, ask her if those fun bags are real, and whatever else we get off the rails on. But right now, back to the game, 6:50 remaining. The New York Rangers obviously taking the lead with that Mika Zibanejad goal, skate to stick. How's your mother? How's your skunk? What are you doing later? Is it going to be teeing off on her, Bobby? What do you got?
Zibanejad didn't score a 5-on-5 goal switch for 31 games.
I saw that stat, and I was wondering if it was real. So that is confirmed.
Yes.
Okay. So
that is fucking crazy.
So that's his 20th year. Yes, for Brad.
Oh, he loves that move, that little inside-outside move, and tucks it, but
Yeah, that's that old Anthony Duclair move where you go a million miles an hour like Luis Mendoza, like you can't stop and you go backhand, forehand, you try to hammer it home. But yeah, it's a vintage jet. I mean, that's got to feel good, right? Finally get off the schneid, you get a goal, your 20th of the year, you've been ruggling a little bit, you're thinking about, fuck, is it the hair? Is it something? I don't know what I've got going on right now. Can't talk. But, you know, like what's going on? So
yeah. I mean, 31 games without a 5-on-5, and he still has 20 goals. It's just like, that's a long drought.
Yeah, that's like a drought you see in the movie Holes. Like, is it ever going to rain again?
A lot of people are mishandling the puck tonight. Anyway, commercial break. Well, Voltsman, he played in the league. He was actually an all-star in the league. That's Jay Swish.
This is my own Jersey fella. How are you? AHL Jungle All-Star, number 4. Not Bobby Orr, Jay Swish.
Just got my butter golf gear in Newfoundland Swish. Holy fuck. This episode of this show is brought to you by Butter Golf, everybody.
Love that fella. Send me a picture, send me a tweet of you in the Butter Golf swag reporting live from Kelly's Pub in Newfoundland. I'd love to see it, brother.
Who's the biggest goon in the league? I mean, Ryan Reeves? Do you even call him a goon? Like, I don't think there are goons anymore.
Like anyone that's like Zach Ronaldo, Daniel Carcillo, Carbomb. I'm trying to think of like a guy that just like goes absolutely off the rails. I mean, everyone's pretty respectful these days, which kind of sucks. I wish there was those players like Rafi Torres who are just unpredictable. But in terms of like a player that really is like that now, I don't know. Most of them are just like heavyweight nail gun fighters. I'm trying to think of like a guy that could go just nuts. I mean, that Lomberg sometimes toes that line, but I don't think he does it consistently, so he's not really a threat. I don't know. There's not too many of them at the top of my head.
To me, like a goon is somebody that just really should not be out there based on their hockey ability, and everyone in the league is good now. So there's just like no goons.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think there's anyone like that. Rafi Torres, Sean Avery, like generally, like when you see numbers speeding up out there, like there's just a lot more respect, which is probably good. But you do miss a guy like Rafi Torres taking a 30-game suspension, just hammering a guy's chin right onto the ice.
Imagine those 10,000 people in here right now. I got so I got horny. Yeah, dude. I was like, what the fuck? I knew something was wrong because it was going up.
I wonder why it's counting the total amount though now. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, why is it?
Folks, again, right now, if you're following along, we have 5:43 remaining in the second frame. The Rangers, the New York Rangers, the home team out of Madison Square Garden, they lead the New Jersey Devils 1-0. Folks, where are you watching from? Load up that chat again. I believe we're going to have Allie Ray, adult film star, if you will, / sports fan / just a goddamn fanatic and a friend of the show. Come on and join us to clear the air. A little Phil Collins in the air tonight. I'm not even sure what we're clearing the air on, but hey, I'm willing to clear anything. Just put it on the Z-Pack. Anyways, right now, 5:11, 5:10 remaining. We are just working our way into the second frame. About 5 minutes left here as Brendan Schneider corrals the puck, and he takes a little bit of a loop, sends it to the middle of the ice, and finds Artemi Panarin with a little bit of speed. He goes east-west to Alexei Panarin.
Barn out.
With a bar Mexico, bar north type of shot. He went bar Yukon territory. That was just north. Wasn't able to collect that puck and ultimately have enough spin on it to send it south.
Yeah, I mean, good shot right there. Absolute sniping. Oh, another one. I feel like the Devils, they're missing the net a lot. They're fanning on pucks. They're just not that dialed, Swish.
Paul missed the net. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them.
Happy birthday to Paul, missed the net, by the way.
Paul missed the net. 39 years stung, fella. Saw you were smoking a joint earlier. Congrats to you in that joint. But you're both doing well. Anyways, right now, 4:15 remaining. As Ryan Lindgren grabs the puck, he corrals that. He sends it up to a streaking Alexei Lafreniere, who's been out there for about 90-odd seconds, as Peter Laviolette reels him home like he's deep-sea fishing on my chin.
Somebody's dead. We have 4 minutes remaining, folks.
Who hit who?
Who hit? Yeah, what the fuck happened?
Is that Lafreniere on Simon? Who got hit?
Lafreniere laying the body.
It was a lefty defenseman that got their absolute chin put on the staple to the end wall.
Remember to tuck your chin.
Staples, that was easy. Oh, my Luke Hughes fella. This guy gets buried
he
once every other game. Holy fuck, buddy. Look at this east-west play by Panarin. That's sauce.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me with that pass?
Holy fucking Easy Max sauce. That was like straight out of, oh God, that was straight out of Carbone. That was vodka sauce. That was spicy.
That's such a good hit.
I mean, Luke Hughes just trying to get the line, do a job. Lafreniere realized that he's going to go hit a guy that's probably not going to do anything about it.
I mean, that's a solid hit. Boarding? Boarding?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's a fucking clean hit. What is going on with the NHL, dude?
I mean, Peter
That's
Laviolette,
bullshit.
he has every.
How is this boarding?
I mean, he's not. He's got his feet set.
Shoulder to shoulder. Oh, he's a defenseless play. There's no such thing as defenseless when you have the puck, my friend.
I mean, that's a terrible call. He had his feet set. He was not going in there at any rapid pace. And he also did come up. He didn't finish him high. That's a clean hockey hit. I can't believe they called that.
That's so bad.
I can believe it because it's the new NHL. Any big hit is either a result in a fight or a penalty or both. But come on, man.
That's a joke.
These referees, get on the phone with Tim Peel. Get a little old school in you. Maybe get a call into the league. Get the boys scouting the refs on there. I mean, that can't be a call, man. You don't want that moving forward. That's a clean body check. That's a great hit by Lafreniere. Fella, if I'm Peter Laviolette, I'm going back into that period. I said that's the best 2-minute penalty you've ever taken because that's a fucking bullshit call.
that is a bad call.
That was a bullshit call. I mean, it really was. I mean, Luke Hughes, you get your chin put on the glass every fucking game, buddy. Nico Hischier takes a drive. He sends it wide. Another shot that misses wide, Rob. If that was a soccer net, I don't know if that hits the cage. Anyways, back to the game over here. Luke Hughes gets it. He corrals it on the left half wall. He sends it up to Timo Meier, who drags it and sends it to Jack Hughes, Oh, finds him on a nice little play through the box. But Jesper Bratt is not able to corral that puck. It ultimately sent out of play. Folks, again, if you're following along, 53 seconds left in the power play for the New Jersey Devils, who even shouldn't have a power play. 2:53 remaining. How about that turtle job by Joseph Dusak?
Oh, my God.
I played with that guy.
And I actually got a text from somebody that played with him, and, he was so,
He's a Long Island kid, too.
Is he?
That's kind of tough for you guys.
Yeah, you can turtle. Don't get me wrong. If you, he's not going to go with, what's his name?
He's not going to
Clifford, right? But the way he turtled,
oh, my God.
He was shelling up. He probably, if an atomic bomb went off, he would have been okay.
He was like a little kid crawling up into a sleeping bag in second grade. Going to cuddle in a corner with his teacher. And get fondled. What? You look like a little bitch, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Come on. I get the turtle job, but he literally looked like he was going into a sleeping bag. He looked like he was like a snail crawling into a shell.
No,
it was bad.
It was bad.
If you're playing pro hockey and you're doing it, I've got my ass kicked. I'm not a fighter. I was never looking for a fight. I was probably looking to run away from a fight. But in saying that, that is just a tough look. I mean, I know the kid's small. I know that's Kyle Nailgun Clifford. I mean, that guy is basically Mr. Hurley out of the guy from, Happy Gilmore. I forget his name. The guy with the nail stuck in his head. That's basically Cliffy. But in saying that, Dusak, come on, fella. Let's pretend we maybe, we don't have to turtle like that. We can turtle in a different way and wait for help. I don't know.
Just don't turtle in fetal position.
Yeah, that was tough. Anyways, folks, right now back to the game. 2:01 remaining here in the second frame as Vince Trocheck. Oh, Dawson Mercer and Adam Fox.
Get a little chippy out there, folks.
Some would say guys are starting to play with a Tostito on their shoulder, a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, if you will. 1:44 remaining in the second frame. Again, we're going to get Ali Ray, and I'm not sure, is Carl Anthony Towns going to join us it's a straight out of a Steve Wilkos show, or what are we doing, Rob? Is it just straight her? We're only going to get one side of the story?
We're going to get one side of the story.
What is even the turmoil there? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I really care, but I'm willing to hear anyone out. Again, I'm like Better Call Saul. I will do my best to help you at a decent going rate. Anyways, right now, back to the game. 1:13 remaining as we get a look at Artemi Panarin, who is sprung. Well, good back-checking job by the Devils, and he takes it hard to the cage. Wow, great play by the bread man. He had inside positioning. And the thing, folks, if you're following along, to all you listeners and to all you young hockey players out there, watch how Artemi Panarin dropped his shoulder on that play. I don't know if they're going to show it right here. They're going to show the dust up between Fox and Mercer and Holla. But if they go back to that play by the breadman there, that was just an unbelievable job of dropping your inside shoulder, trusting that if you're going to get hit while bringing the puck to the middle of the ice, that you're going to be okay, and you're going to shield that puck off, and you're going to be able to wear a hit or whatever it is, and ultimately protect yourself and the puck from the defender. So that was a great job by Panarin. That was a strong, heady play, and he was able to get a decent shot. But the netminder on the front of the paint, he was able to gobble that up like a Thanksgiving turkey. So Matt Rempe stepping into the circle right now, 104 remaining in the second period. I'm not sure I've ever seen Rempe take a face-off. This would be pretty funny. He's going against the number one center of the New Jersey Devils in terms of Nico Hischier. Hischier, well, he didn't win the face-off. Rempe did. So who is Rempe playing against right now? Is he playing against – who is this line? Hischier, Brad, and Ghostrick? What are these lines?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just tweeting. Oh!
Did Rempe tip that? Or was that straight in? Was that straight Gus? Was that straight asparagus? Eric Asparagus Gustafson, a.k.a. Gus, with a nice shot from the point. Folks, if it gets through that first layer of traffic, well, there's a good chance. It has a keen-eye shot chance of going in. But look at that play. Just a little bit of a muffin. Great screen by Rempe. I mean, the guy is as tall as the Empire State Building, but it all starts with the face-off. Then center iceman, Barclay Goodrow gets kicked out. Who wins that face-off? Matt Rempe, able to get it to the point. It goes D to D, east-west. Gustafson, one step to the middle, playing on his offside, able to sift that puck to the cage. Rempe, great screen in front. Goaltender, not able to see it. 2-0 Rangers. How you doing? 51 seconds to play, but Rempe, great shift right there. It all started with the faceoff. He came in, he did the job, he won the faceoff. He gets to the front of the cage, he gets the screen, big fucking body there. Next thing you know, that's in the middle of the net. It's a goal. So great little play there by Rempe. I mean, this guy, he's proven his value every day, the way he can hit, the way he can fight, obviously, and then, a big-time play there with the screen as well as the faceoff. So we got Curtis McDermott wants a piece of Rempe here. He just put Siegenthaler's chin to the wall a couple times there.
Did he?
Yeah.
This game really heated up.
Yeah, Siegenthaler.
Yeah,
his chin, literally his chin or his nose got pasted there. Little copy and paste there. McDermott has his gloves off.
He has his fist caught.
He is an angry human grabbing his wrench right now, just adjusting it. He's saying goodbye. Wow. Matt Rempe shooing Curtis McDermott away as the linesman grabs him. It gives him an early exit to the second period. I'm not sure what type of penalty he's going to end up getting. I don't know if it's going to be a minor. I don't know if it'll be a matching.
I didn't see it.
Siegenthaler, his chin is stung. He is a kid from the Fondue League. I don't think he's been hit like this.
Oh, yeah, he got him.
Ooh.
I mean, that's just Rempe being taller, but you got to get lower on him.
Oh, man.
That's right to the chin.
That is literally on the chin. If he had Cheeto Vera's chin, he would have popped. Oh, my
God.
God.
Yeah, that's bad.
That might be a suspension in this day and age, in this climate.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
not because he's 7 feet tall and the other guy isn't, but at the end of the day, you got to get lower on that. 29 seconds remaining in the second period, and then we are bringing in Allie Ray, guesting for the intermission. I don't know if it's going to be the whole intermission because we got questions to answer, but what the hell's going on here? They're going to review.
Well, I just think you got to review the call here, whether it's going to be a 5-minute or a 2-minute. Now, I think that in this climate, like for me, I think in terms of like when I hate to like bring it back to like when we watched hockey in 2005 and 2010, I always think like, oh, that's only going to be a 2-minute penalty. But I think in this climate, that's going to stand 5-minute. I think Rempe's probably honestly going to get suspended for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. Yep. And he's out of the game.
Yeah.
If somebody ever hit me, I'm such a pussy. If someone hit me with an elbow like that, I might retire.
Yeah, I mean, so now, like, if these guys play, I mean, that's auto shut against Dermott next time they play if they have another game. But, like, dude, that's a dirty hit. Like,
Yeah,
I hate to say it.
I don't think it was intentional.
No, but did you see how he finished up high with the chicken wing even?
Yeah, you don't want to finish up high.
And he's tall. So, again, it's hard to say engage, but anytime you finish high like that, I think Georgie Perro in the league, I mean, that's going to be a 2-gamer for Rempe. I think at 1 or 2 games, I hate to say it, but I think just that, to me, that's a preventable hit. Like, he's going in, he's a bigger body, but at the same time, when you tag a chin like that, like it's deer season, I mean, I don't know, chin to a chin, man to a man, that's probably going to be a 1 or a 2-gamer. I don't know if they'll have a hearing for that in terms of an in-person, probably not, but I think that's probably going to end up being a 1 or a 2-gamer, which, sometimes, Rob, Steve Ott would always say, guys that get suspended for high hits, sometimes it's the best $5,000, best $10,000 you ever spent.
Yeah.
Now the whole league's on watch. I just took a little bit of a criminal, play. I did something a little dirty. Well, fuck. Next time Siegenthaler's out there with me, well, he's thinking, I don't want to get another concussion.
Yeah, exactly. All right, end of the second period, everyone. Get that chat going. We're going to bring on a guest.
Right now?
Has roller skates on. Yeah, she's in the back lobby.
Okay.
What are you going to clear cap space?
I'm just
I wish the camera was pointing towards Swish. He's rollerblading around. We're gonna bring on the guest here right when Swish is done getting water. Where'd you get those, bud? Where'd you get those?
These I've had them for a while. So dirt. So I send them to Mars Blades, and they put the
your name on them. All right, coming down to the stage,
folks.
Allie Ray. You might have seen her on my feed, but you might have seen her on her feed, my feed. I interact with her. I comment on her balcony, and some people say it's derogatory. I'm just a fucking guy being a dude. I'm having fun commenting on the front porch every now and then.
You're a dude talking about.
I'm not reducing her to just her porch. I'm just saying I think it's funny. People think it's funny. You might have seen her on my feed. You might have seen her on her feed, like I said. All right. Thanks for coming on, Allie Ray. How the hell are you?
The Allie Ray. What it is, girl? How we doing, baby?
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Thank you for popping on. And the Heat Daddy, what's up? Let's start it off the top here.
Yeah, well, originally, so you're from Massachusetts, is that correct?
Not originally, but that's where I lived. Yeah, like for a long time. Yeah, before I came to Florida.
So for like the longest time, I wanted to have her on for like a Bruins game, and like it just didn't work out. And then today, there's some PR stuff going on, which I actually got canceled too. I don't want to tell the whole story again. I basically got thrown off a broadcast that I was supposed to do with the Arizona Coyotes before it even started. We'll get into that later. But yeah, so there's something going on. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it or not, but with Karl Anthony Towns. But yeah, we're here to listen to your side of the story, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this blew up. This was like a little bit not what I anticipated. I went out last night. I had a few drinks, and what happened with Karl Anthony was literally like in 2016. I haven't ever used my platform to talk about it, but like people know about it, like within my personal circle. And I tweeted something. I left it pretty vague and open-ended about Karl Anthony threatening physically my husband and I. And I went to bed and I woke up and I realized that was kind of dumb. I probably should have elaborated and had more details. So this morning I put out a message kind of because I felt committed at that point. It's like I really didn't want it to become a big deal, but I had already tweeted the tweet and it was like, now you really got to back your shit up. You can't just make allegations like that. So I did. But the story basically in a nutshell is we had a run-in with Karl Anthony Towns in 2016. He was a rookie. So he was just in the league and he was at a Drake concert. He came up to us, cut in line. I mean, it's kind of a long story, but he cut in line after we were waiting for like 20 minutes and we didn't realize who he was right away until we looked up and we kind of were like, the first thing out of his mouth was, I don't wait in lines. And he was with like his whole entourage and what have you. So he kind of had this attitude. And my husband and I were like, I don't give a fuck who you are. Like the way that he came off initially is what triggered us. And we were like, no, whatever. So there was like an altercation back and forth, him talking. He talked about how broke we were and how, his outfit cost so much. He was just a complete arrogant asshole, like completely. But it took a turn because in some of the midst of that, he said he was going to deal with us later and had his friend show us on the phone, like, I guess it was somebody's trunk that was popped with like guns and knives. And he was like, yeah, we'll take care of you later outside. And I was like, what the hell? Like, how did this go from just like a little brawl to this dude's showing us weapons? And so, of course, me being the wife I am, I'm just like, all right, let's wrap this up. This was getting sketchy and maybe went a little too far. And that was kind of it for the night. The next day is when it got weird. My husband was like really bothered because he was Karl Anthony was a big deal even in his rookie year, and he was up and coming. Yeah. And my husband was like, damn.
Highly touted prospect coming out of school even.
Yeah, he just like, he was, the next thing. And my husband was like a fan. Like we were huge fans. And he was like, I just can't believe this guy was such a dick. He was like, this is bothering me. So he reached out to him on Facebook and he said, dude, like, I really hope you carry yourself better in Minnesota. We really represent our players here. Like, we love supporting our, all this stuff. Like, I hope you were just drunk. This was uncalled for. Karl ended up liking the message. It was very much an olive branch that we had sent. Karl ended up liking the message, and it is what it is. He didn't apologize. But 2 days later, his PR team had put out, like, puff press talking about how Karl Anthony always lets people cut in line. And it was like some lady at an airport, like his arm around her. I'm like, this is too much. Like, this is so extra. And, we had like talked to people at that point, but people keep asking, why didn't we file police reports? And I'm going to be really honest with you. At that time, I was afraid. This is a man of power that, I didn't know what he was capable of or what his, friends were capable of. And I didn't want my name out there. And we knew if we filed a police report, he'd have our name, address, and we kind of left it as is, and it went doormat. We ended up writing him back after that and was like, I can't believe, your publicist is trying to counteract. And we were a little bit salty about it, but it is what it is. And so, yeah, I told the story today, and now I am like, holy shit, does that man have a fan base? Because I am like the devil. Like, I'm just full of shit. Of course, it's just like everything. But, this is the thing. I had a few drinks. I probably shouldn't have tweeted it to my audience. I think sometimes I forget my platform, that I do have a lot of people watching, and it might have been negligent, but it's a true fucking story. And honest to God, I really don't give a shit if people believe me. I don't need them to. I don't want anything out of it. I'm just telling my shit. It's my community. This man literally did that. He might be a better person now. I don't doubt that. I hope he is. I mean, that was when
we're all going to if you're going to a Drake concert, you're not trying to get like shot in the head by a guy that has a trunk popped open. He pulls out a gun. We're just all here to listen to Drake. It's not that serious. But I got to ask you this. What was your drink of choice that made you tweet this?
Okay. Some fucking wild ass tequila. Because my bartenders who I was with, we were with our bartender who's also our friend. And he just constant shots. So I can't even tell you, some crazy tequilas. It was probably 4 or 5 shots in. And it was also my 21st wedding anniversary.
So you're going to have a couple Chardonnays. So what of it?
No, it was tequila. But the thing is, I would say this shit sober. Like, I'm not one to keep my mouth shut, and I'll never keep my mouth pressed on truth. Like, realistically, It's not my job to protect his image. There are consequences sometimes for shit you do. And unfortunately, Allie got drunk and this shit got leaked. And that is what it is. And people, can say what they want. It really doesn't faze me at all.
Allie, are you from Mass?
Are you
from Mass? Because you're a Minnesota fan. You're a Golden Gopher through and through. You actually you talked to my co-host for my podcast, Live at 5, Gage Ossis. We want to get you on. We still want to get you on to talk Minnesota Golden Gophers hockey. So are you originally from Minnesota, or what's the pipeline there in terms of being a Gopher fan?
So I went into the Navy at 17. I'm from Texas, is where I was born and raised. And when I went into the Navy, I got stationed in Minnesota, which is where I lived my whole adult life for like 14 years, raised my kids, which is when I became a Minnesota fan, like of everything. Obviously, I lived there the bulk of my life. And then I moved to Boston, fell in love with Boston hockey. I don't know how you can't, just in that atmosphere. It was amazing. And that's really where my Bruins ties came from. But everything else, I'm Minnesota all day. Minnesota is what I call home. I mean, I live in Tampa now, but Minnesota's my home to me, like everything. So that's how I ended up in Minnesota.
Right, so are you watching Gopher games on the weekends? Are you tuning into the boys and Bobby Motzko and what they're doing there in terms of, do you have a pulse on the squad? Because I'm a North Dakota guy, Allie. That's our reliable. You know that. So I'm, in terms of Gopher country, it's not perfect over here. But are you tuning into that squad? Because obviously they're a good team.
Yeah, I'm actually, I always am Team Gophers. I always, really want the best for them. And I watch it religiously as much as I can. I mean, I'm super busy. I do like the way they've been playing since they came back from World Juniors, especially Oliver Moore. I think there's just a pace pickup that I like. I like what I'm seeing. And I think that, maybe a little bit of confidence, especially like I say for Oliver Moore, that, I like to see that. I'll definitely be in St. Paul if we're in the Frozen Four. I go to every year, anytime we're there. So I am excited about that. But, I love our team. This was a different year. We lost a lot, we lost a lot of our guys. And so it's always exciting to see new people come up and kind of the dynamic change. And I feel confident. I mean, we're obviously, we've secured, but
I got to switch to football real quick. How do you feel about Kirk Cousins? I mean, he's such a hardworking guy. I watched him on Netflix in that QB show.
Yes.
Like, he just seems like such a solid guy. And, obviously, unfortunately, he didn't get it done. But how do you feel about that? Like, what's the feelings when, he's in Atlanta now? And I feel like for the most part, I could be wrong. I'm just an asshole from New York. I'm not that much dialed into, the Minnesota part of things. But what's the, general consensus of that era being over?
It's so split. Like when I think look, I liked Kirk a lot too. I don't see how you can't. I definitely watched The Quarterback as well. I love that show. It really made me love him more. I definitely feel like it's kind of split. the thing about it is I don't like to lull in situations. It's happened now. My best thing is now I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I hope we get a nice rookie quarterback. I've just been waiting a long time so we can kind of franchise someone. I just really, it does provide, with every loss, there's an opportunity. And so while I definitely am Team Kurt, I never had like a really hard, fast opinion, like stay or go. I just want us to move forward and, strengthen our team and just kind of, especially the locker room too, just like the morale of everything. It's just been a lot. It was a lot of tough season.
Yeah, that's just so important. That's like getting back over the hockey now. That's like the Bruins. People are always like, why are they so good? Why? It's like they have such a good locker room. Like the guys, they like each other. They want to play for each other. I think at some point they might die for one another. I don't know.
I know. I can only imagine Brad's energy in that locker room. I'm like, I want to be there. Like, I just can imagine. He's great. He's my favorite player in the league.
Yeah, I mean, even like they just bring in like a guy like right now he's hurt, but he came over from the Wild, and a guy I played with actually in St. Louis, and Patty Maroon. Like that's such a character guy you bring over.
Yeah.
Obviously, him being right in Tampa Bay too. I mean, the guy's won 3 mugs. It's like you just bring in those characters of their team and guys that keep the locker room loose, but also have like that, just like that. Kind of like that smooth criminal, subtle swag to him. He's just like not going to fuck with us. We're gonna have beers after the game, but at the same time, when the puck and the lights are on, it's fucking go time, baby.
Yeah, and we needed muscle. Like every year we go in the playoffs, I'm like, God damn! I mean, if we just had, we needed that. I hope it's enough. But every year, I feel like that's where our biggest struggle is, and so yeah, I'm excited. That was a really, really good. That was a trade.
Yeah, and he's kind of just more or less the Lucic replacement with everything that kind of went on there. We don't have to get into those details, but in terms of a big left winger that can throw them both ways and not really scared of anything, and that just instills confidence even in your skilled guys, like a guy like Pasta and Marchand, and it just puts a little bit of fear in the opponent's eyes.
Yeah, and he actually put up decent points with the Wild. Like even considering, I mean, he really did. So it's like, okay, well, there's that too. This is a bonus.
Right, 100%.
I forgot all about Lucic. Holy shit! I don't know what's going on with that. Like you said, we don't have to talk about that. How about them getting to keep Ullmark and Swayman too? Like I thought Ullmark was gonna go. Like Swayman's obviously looking like the future, but they're gonna get another run with 2 solid guys. And I know that's huge. Like last year, people were like, "Oh, trade him." I'm like, dude, you need a 1A, 1B in the playoffs. Like this one guy shits the bed. So
it's amazing. I was like, I knew the value of trading Ullmark and what could we acquire for that. I've been pissed if we didn't acquire something that like great, So I was willing to think about it, but I mean, I don't know how you can just break that pair up. They're just like adopting 2 sister kittens, man. They're just so cute together. And I'm like, but I mean, I'm glad he's staying. I definitely agree with, having 2 is great. It's just maybe we could have used that as a leverage. I mean, given the age and stuff, I mean, I think you got to think about a lot long term.
For sure. And Allie, do you get to like in terms of just get your hockey fixing in terms of going to some Lightning games down there? Like, will you go to games? Obviously, if Boston is in town, but will you pop in and see a few games, throughout the year in terms of going to check out the Lightning? Because obviously, it's a good product down there in South Florida.
Well, I get my Wild game. I still love the Wild, so I go to every Bruins game. I'm going to one 2 weeks or next week. I don't know. I definitely go to every Bruins game, and then the Wild games we go to as well. So I mean, I get to go to quite a few. I don't really pop down there for just Lightning, unless it was just maybe I had a sweet ticket or someone gave me or whatever.
Right. And what's life like in Tampa in terms of like, is it? I mean, it's a nice city, right? In terms of like, it's pretty up and coming, even still. Like, I feel like it's that area and that side of Florida, the west side, is like popping off.
Yeah, I mean, I really speak highly of St. Pete. I just sold a condo in St. Pete. That's where I used to live. I live a little north now, but I am in the Tampa metro still. But St. Pete is another level. And people talk about Tampa, but like St. Pete, the best city hands down. And I lived all over this U.S. I'm telling you, St. Pete is growing, popping. It is such a young vibe there. It's an amazing city. And Tampa's great, but it's just St. Pete's really outshining. But the metro in general is great. It's very clean. It's safe. It's not congested like when you go to Miami or Fort Lauderdale. And that was appealing to us because I'm like, I don't want to deal with all. That's just too much. When I go to Miami for work, I'm just like, it's too much.
Yeah, Miami's absolutely insane. Like I went to a restaurant in Miami. It was like a steakhouse, and it was like a club in there. Like it was the streets were like flooded with people. I was like, holy shit, what the hell is going on? But I like that like Boca Raton area. That's like chill too. That's like it's very like just calm. Like somewhere you could sit there and just have like 20 or 20. Keep it under 20. Yeah, keep it under 20 drinks.
Especially if you're driving.
But you don't have to, no one's trying to fight. No one, none of that.
It's a good vibe. I like the medium size, but it's beautiful here. It's a good life in Florida. A lot of people hate on Florida, but I actually had to be talked into kind of coming here. I mean, there was a lot of reasons we came to Florida, but leaving Boston was hard. I would never leave Florida now. I'm obsessed.
We got to get down there for a show.
And I got a Florida girl tan now, so I fit.
Well, that's what I always say, even myself, not speaking for you, Allie, but I always say to the fellas over here, especially the guys that don't really work out, if you can't tone it, tan it. So you got to be somewhere where it's a little sunny out, right? We're in Arizona right now. I could get down with Florida. Those are two places that kind of, year round where you could be working on that base tan.
Yes, every day. I love it.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for joining us. We'll do it again soon. Maybe during the playoffs. We're going to be doing this shit all through the playoffs. But yeah, no, that was great. Thank you for your time and anything you want to plug or say. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. No, I think I'm just gonna wallow in my hate comments today. I'm being canceled, but it's nothing new. It's nothing new.
I mean, Twitter's like an absolute cesspool. Like my DM, like I leave them open just in case there's any like business opportunities or shit like that. Yeah. And 99% of it is people telling me to kill myself. So,
literally. I'm just a ratchet OF girl, so nothing I say matters at this point. Despite the fact that I'm very educated, but whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, as long as you know yourself, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what people say. But yeah, thank you again.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Yeah, let me know.
Thank you so much. We'll do it again.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Oops, I just cut it off early, actually. But folks, that was Allie Ray. Good guest, easy conversation. Sometimes we spite. If you're new in here, I know we have a lot of viewers, more than normal. Sometimes we have a guest on Twitch and we shoot the shit. Sometimes we do questions. But yeah, we're still in intermission here. Get the chat fired up. Shout out to St. Pete. I didn't know that. That's like
one of good city. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. Speaking of Brett Hall, heard a lot about you.
Yeah, I heard, there's always those little pockets, and Arizona used to be one. Like Scottsdale way back, but Scottsdale, what the fuck? I don't know if I was just late to the party, but it's always nice to know those up-and-coming spots so you don't just have to go to Miami. You don't have to go to LA. And when you get there, you find out it's not that great.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, those places always, like this place, it kind of turns into a cesspool. It gets overpopulated. It gets overflocked, too. Now, you still, on that west side of Florida in particular, like she was talking about, Rob, in terms of just all those little beach towns, the up-and-coming areas, we might have to get down to St. Pete's, a.k.a. St. Pistols. Go check it out because she's not the first person to say something about that area and that neck of the woods. But thanks again to Allie Ray and her set for coming on. Holy jumping. I don't think she'd be mad if I said this, but what a set of fun minutes here, my friend. That's all I'm going to say.
No, it's the type of porch you want to just put a rocking chair on and just read stories to your grandkids. And I say it all the time. And yeah, I feel like I don't have to preface this because if you're in, my like style, but it's not meant to be derogatory. Remember that one guy? It was like our second stream ever. And he went on, he DM'd me and he's like, you guys are derogatory towards women. It's like, no, we're absolutely not.
We're just how we talk.
If she ever said, hey, I don't like you calling my rack a balcony on the internet, I would be more than happy to delete it and not ever say it again. But
I mean, we're talking about a type of bike rack you only find on the top of a Subaru. Like, you got to call a David Spade as we get into the third period here. But what a set, folks. That's a 12-point rack in terms of what you find on a deer. Allie Ray, the legend out of Tampa Bay, the North Tampa Bay product. Thank you for coming on, girlfriend. Great chat. Rob, we're going to get back to the game over here. We have a 5-minute power play for the New Jersey Devils, what ultimately could get them back in the game. Obviously, that hit Matt Redbay put on the chin of Jonas Siegenthaler. The kid out of the Fondue League left a little shaky and a little woozy. Redbay leaves the game with a game misconduct and puts his team down on a 5-man advantage as Barkley Snow Gaudreau gets a chance there. He sends it wide, and ultimately the boys are going to set up. And Luke Hughes is going to run the drop breakout just like every other goddamn defenseman does in the league. He sends it back to his brother as he surveys his option, and Timo Meier sends a clapper in. They're going to go chase that thing down. Rob, if you're the Devils right now, in all seriousness, you need to get one.
Yeah, you got to shoot the puck. I mean, they're like, even those few passes up near the blue line, I know they try to get it deep. You got to get one. You have an opportunity to get two here. So treat it like it's a regular 2-minute fucking peeper. Get one in. Try to get 2, and don't do that. Don't try to fucking listen. I'm an asshole on the couch, but you got 5 minutes. Don't try to walk through 3 guys at the blue line. Maybe get it deep, kick it outside, settle it.
No, you want to get one ideally right before that 2-minute marker. Now, even if you just get one, okay, say you just get one. One is better than nothing.
Even that, though.
But when
I
you
just hate that play right
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
they
if
got it back, though.
But if you're Simon Nemec, why are you going 1-on-4 and firing that pill high and wide over the wickets of Jonathan Quick? Like, get it in, set it up. Let's get this thing going. Christy Rice. That's a whole
That's not it. Nemec, get Nemec off the ice.
Nemec, you got to be able to send that thing within the the navigational buoys there. I mean, you can't keep turning pucks over, Rob. You have to make a play. Someone's got to make a play. Get Luke Hughes back on the ice. We've got little Jizzy back out here. So, Nemec, go for a change, fella. Let's get the first unit out there. But right now, you got to be able to corral the puck. You got to set it up. You can't let the New York Rangers, who took a 5-minute penalty, gain momentum off a mistake of Matt Rempe. Now, we talk about it a lot on here, Rob, in terms of it sucks when you get – I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. When you get a 5-minute power play, but I don't think it can come at a worse time at the end of a period. We always talk about a power play to start the period, and as a player and a guy that played a little bit on the power play, it's not the same. You have that 20-minute break. You're out of sync. You'd rather have that penalty almost come just on the other side of the third period where you're a little bit loose. It's just tough starting, even with a 5-minute power play, right on the other side of the period. It's just, I don't know what it is. Even on fresh ice, it's hard to get going right away.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know what the hell the Devils are doing on the entry, but it's like they just keep walking in with no support, but they do have it back. I hate to see that.
It's a one-and-done play there. It's a whole play to the middle of the ice. Yeah, I just think right now it's a lot of one-on-one play where there was either Jack Hughes trying to dance and the Simon Nemec coming in 1-on-4. It's like, let's find our drop breakup. You got to give credit to how the New York Rangers are killing us. Now watch Jimmy Vesey. He's going to sit low, and he's going to form this box right here that becomes a Neil Diamond, and they're not really able to get clean entries. Why do you shoot that, though? Right there?
See, they keep doing that.
Why are you shooting the puck? It's not a high percentage play. I mean, that was actually a pretty clean entry, but why are you shooting that puck from outside the dots? That makes no sense to me.
No, and this has been ugly. And before, actually, I'll wait for a commercial break. I want to tell people we got to tell something. I want to tell people it was right there.
Yeah, we got only a minute left here. Folks, if you're following along, thank you for staying with us. Again, we had Allie Ray, coming on to Clear the Water. That's Clearwater, Florida. Situation with her and Carl Anthony Faded Towns from the Minnesota Timber Puppies. Again, not exactly sure what's going on in her world. We wish her the best with that. Again, sometimes the internet just takes a hold of you, grabs you with a little bit of a stranglehold, and you can't do anything, even though you're telling a story that is true. So again, back to the game of hockey, the National Hockey League over here. 28 seconds to play in this 5-on-4 advantage for the Devils, and Barclay Gaudreau collects the puck while he tries to. And again, they're going to get away with nothing here. I mean, that Matt Rempe hit, putting the chin of Siegenthaler right to his ear. And, the Devils, 5 minutes, they get virtually nothing unless Luke Hughes can convert there with a great block there in front from the New York Ranger defense. Rob, right now, 15:31 remaining in the third frame of the game right now, 2-0 in favor of the New York Rangers. Again, folks, in the chat, live from Madison Square Garden, but more importantly, live on the couch, please load up that chat. Again, that second intermission went virtually all to the Allie Ray interview. So please load up the chat, get at us. We will get to your questions. We will get to your comments. We will get to your concerns. Rob, it is Monday night. Only professionals drink on a Monday. So if you're boozing tonight, please send us a picture on Twitter and or Instagram. You are a goddamn professional.
Folks, get the chat going. Let's go. We rely on you guys. We're making a late push for the third period. We've been sitting here for an hour and 48 minutes straight. We rely on you for the commercial breaks. We rely on you for the intermissions. Get the goddamn chat going, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, please get that chat going up and buzzing, folks. Again, we do this for you. This is the people's stream. This is the people's show. This is the people's insider. This is Robbie Gucci. Folks, the Heat Daddy J Swish coverage you can't get anywhere else in the National Hockey League. Two assholes sitting on the couch commentating on a Metropolitan Division battle. Right now, the New York Rangers leading the New Jersey Devils 2-0 as we get a chance in and around. Temi Panarin massaging the puck to the middle, but ultimately swatted away by New Jersey. And that'll skate out of the zone to a guy like Zach Jones, who corrals the puck. He sends it to his D partner, Eric Gustafson, who sends it rink wide to Vinny Trocheck, the pride of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, PA. Rob, if you're the Devils, I mean, they look like a flat Diet Coke all night. They've had spurts, but honestly, nothing sustainable. This team is in a weird spot right now. Coaching change, goalie changes, planes, trains, and automobiles as John Marino collects the puck and he starts his breakup. But a very confusing time in New Jersey, if you will.
Yeah, and you know what? If you're New Jersey, I might just be getting off the ice and hitting the showers early. I mean, this is just depressing. You take a bus ride right over the Hudson River.
The old George Washington Bridge.
You can't even put up a goal. It's just discouraging. Hey, the game's not over.
No, it's not. No. You know, it's one shot away from little Jack Hughes putting it in. You know, tickling the twine on a guy like Jonathan Quicken payday loans. But I just think, you know, if you're New Jersey, you look at their lineup and they're just thin, man. They're thin on the back end. They don't have Dougie Hamilton. They're missing a few key pieces. It's a weird team in a weird spot. You get rid of a guy like Tuck Foley on that power play. I don't know. I just think that, you know, this is a time of year where the true colors show. And right now, obviously, you know, the elder statesman and swap play. Oh, wow, almost a good chance there's Zabinajad.
I would have loved to see Zabinajad get 2 in 5-on-5 play. That would have been awesome.
That was a nice little pumpernickel there by Zabinajad. He kind of just did a little fake and bake, little reverse toe drag, push it to the middle, and got a good chance. I don't know if it hit something in front, but great little play. Ryan Lindgren's a guy that, I mean, I just love his game.
Yeah.
He's probably had 28 concussions this year, and he still keeps playing. He does not miss a game. He does not miss a beat. Black guy. Broken nose, chin tuck, stitches, gashes on his face, hit into the end wall. This guy, he does not stop. He's a fucking warrior. He's a modern day fucking gladiator, and I love his game. He's very underappreciated. He's also can play at a pretty good rate.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted to tell people while this game is in the middle of nothing. On Prize Picks tonight, use code HEATDaddy. I'm going Islanders. I'm going LA. I'm going Philip Deneau, more than 2 shots. I'm going
Deneau.
Quentin Byfield, more than 3.5 shots. Matt Martin, more than 2.5 hits. Drew Doughty, more than 1.5 block shots. Can you see this if I go like this?
Yeah, it's pretty clear, actually. Yep.
Screenshot it. That's what I'm going with. Use code HEATDaddy on Prize Picks for 100% deposit boner. And, dude, also, I just want to mention Pickett, the app. Not
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. People don't know what it is. You sync all your bets in one place, and it tells you, like, your best player to bet on, your best league that you bet on, how much you've won. It shows your calendar. It's like, no money to sign up. None of that shit.
No money down. Like you're going to Quicken Payday loans.
And you can see all my bets that I post, which is hilarious because I suck, except yesterday. Anyway, getting back to the game, 11:27 remaining in the third.
Sounds like you're trading bail bonds for Percocets. Folks, back to the game. Bobby, we're going to be coming up on a commercial break after this 2-on-1, I imagine. So if the chat can please load us up. What a play. Who's that? Who's 11?
Zach Parise.
Kind of looks like him. Folks, again, right now, 11:04 remaining. We have 2-0. The New York Rangers, the visiting Devils, have yet to find the score sheet. As we are approaching the last 10 minutes of the game, please get at us in the chat. We will be going to commercial break at the next whistle, and we need you, the people, to ask us some questions. Where are you tapping in from? What the fuck are you doing? How was the weekend? Did you get laid? Did you get paid? Maybe you did a little something criminal that you don't want your skunk to find out, but chop it up with the fellas and maybe get our approval. Anyways, right now we are watching Alex Wenberg massage the puck. He sends it up to Ryan Lindgren, who ultimately sends it back down the wall to a Jimmy Vesey. They call him Himmy Vesey. John Marino able to win that battle.
Himmy Vesey.
Remember when he held out?
Yeah, that's so sick. All right, we're going to commercial break. Jimmy Vesey holding out on all 30 teams in NHL.
You didn't want to play in the Stanley Cup. That team that year, they went to the final. The Predators. You didn't want to play in the finals. Who wouldn't want to live in Nashville? I mean, he went to New York.
Dude, I feel bad. I was sitting next to VC's family at a Knights game one time, and they were so nice. I was like, fuck, I should probably delete all my tweets about Jimmy.
Yeah, I think he's actually a good dude. But it's
yeah,
funny.
I think he is too.
But I think it's funny to chirp him about that. think you should be able to take that.
Funny you say that, Drew Miller, because we were just talking about this. Swish brought it up to me, and I actually think that would be hilarious. I think it would be awesome. So, yes.
Yeah, we should call a UFC match. That would be hilarious, especially with Sugar Oferta in the cage in the octagon. That would be unbelievable.
Yeah, Jimmy, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I feel like they got to go deep. They got to get in like the conference final before I say they're for real, Swish.
No, they're not. I mean, they're not for real. I'm also just a complete dipshit sitting on the couch as a People's Insider, but I don't think they're for real. I just think the East has way more teams stacked against them. For them to get through those teams, I just think the chances of that happening are slim to none, and Slim might have just left the building.
Devils not signing great rule of the season or injuries? I think just bad play, injuries. I don't know.
Yeah, underperforming, injuries. I think their younger players haven't taken a step yet. I think goaltending was an issue. Coaching clearly got in the way. There was a distraction. I think there's a lot of different things that ultimately led the Devils to this point. But where there's a will, Rob, there's a relative. So somebody call and somebody cut a check.
Should I drink 100 proof nips, chins tucked? Well, clear your schedule, or you might not need to because you might be dead.
That sounds aggressive, and I like aggressive.
What's your go-to sub order? I don't have a go-to. I switch it up. I'm from Long Island. I like almost every kind of sub. Nothing like an Italian sub, though.
Ooh, a nice Italian BMT from Subway, folks. If you put it in a blender, it might taste better because that place is awful.
My wife cheated on me with the Mini Movers 4-man.
That is tough, but if Mini Movers, get a free quote today and a free quote to rinse your wife today. Head over to minimovers.com. They will move your wife out of your place, and, well, good luck, my friend.
I don't know what that means.
Swish, are the rumors true? Did Nolan Laporte, who I played with in Green Bay, whack his high school teacher with Green Bay? He was never in high school there. He was always older, but I don't know if he whacked a teacher. I mean, he whacked a lot of shit, to be honest. So probably. Guy had an absolute wrench on him, by the way. Shout out to Nolan Laporte. Good chin, throws both ways. Pucks are attaboy, Noli kid.
Shout out to people with chins.
Shout out to people that love to whack.
Love a good whack. 9:52 remaining in the third period. Speaking of whacking, I don't think anyone on the Jersey Devils, actually, they probably are. I mean, you get shut out at MSG. I'm going straight out to New York City, maybe on the west side, and just whack them out.
I am going straight to due west, and then I will be at a place called Tao, and I will be drinking my face off, wondering when we're booking our golf trip to Panama City Beach, then on to Baker's Bay in the Bahamas, because we're going to do spring break with the kids. And then we're going to go over to Baker's Bay with a bunch of skunks we met on Panama City Beach. So that's the 1-2 NHL postseason Bender parlay. You can book that as we get a live look here at Jack Rozovic, who came over from Columbus, the Columbus, Ohio native, Dublin, Ohio to be exact. Former first-round pick, 1996 born. He has a set of wheels on him. He just, I don't know, for whatever reason, I thought maybe coming into Winnipeg, coming over from Columbus, going home, he would have been a 50, 60, 70-point guy. He wasn't that. Now I think he's probably a good third-line, middle six type winger. And the Rangers add him at the deadline. I think he's a good ad. Now, does he move your needle? Not in terms of what a team like Carolina got. No way. They got Kuznetsov. They get a guy like Jake Gensel coming in. So it'd be interesting to see how this team does. They shape out at playoff time. If I'm being honest, I don't love the Rangers game, but you never know. Quickie can get hot. Sturkin can be really good. And you can ride a hot goaltender. You have pretty good defense. Obviously, you have older players in terms of your core with the Breadman, Zibanejad, and a few other guys. So it'll be interesting to see how they shape up. But right now, Rob, getting back to this game.
This game sucks.
8:41 remaining in this game. And John Marino sends an absolute pizza burger flying saucer style over to his defense partner, Luke Hughes, who's not able to corral that back on Marino's stick. And Holtz misses a pass. Keandre Miller sends it up to Breadman. He gets that thing in and around the goal line. Lafreniere streaking down to set up the cycle game to Vinny Trocheck. And we're going to look here at the Rangers going to work. Wow, another one-and-done play.
Yeah, this game has absolutely sucked, but we're sticking with it, Swish. We got 8 minutes remaining, and there's a collision at the blue line by Eric Hall of Famer. But yeah, 8 minutes remaining in this absolute sleeper. We're getting an interference call on Panarin, even though it was a complete accident. It's not his fault. Kind of like just how people are blackballing. Oh, no, Hall is going to go for interference.
The favor. We're going to commercial break. Folks, right now we probably have 1 or 2 commercial breaks left, so please get at us in the chat Ask us what is up. Where are you tapping in from? How the hell are you?
Yeah, where are you guys tapping in from? Buffalo, March 30th. Tickets are on sale now. Tickets are on sale in Buffalo. We do a live show before the Sabres and Leafs game. I think they're $20. You get a free drink with that, and we're gonna go on stage and we're having a good time. And we're 4 shows deep, and everybody so far the feedback's been really good. So we get drunk. It's not like this at all. We're really calm and tame during this watching the game. But the live show is a totally different animal. Someone keeps talking about their wife, and she got whacked by someone else. I'm sorry to hear that. But that happens. That's life. I mean, sometimes in life, your wife wants another wrench, and there's nothing you can do.
Right. Sometimes you catch your early flight home from San Diego, and a nudist jumps out of your closet like a goddamn magic show, ready to double team your girlfriend, and it stops right there. I guess what Rob is trying to say is true love is blind, and sometimes you get whacked. Sometimes your girlfriend or wife gets whacked. It's what you do after that. Go whack someone else. Go whack that guy's gal, because you know what?
Yeah.
She probably wants your wrench, being she gave, her husband whacked another new girl. So wrench for wrench, chin for chin, whatever it is, get it back out there, get back in the game, go whack something. You'll be all right. There's a lot of fucking pussy out there. It is what it is. Folks, again, if you're tapping in for the Buffalo show, I just want to say one more thing. That's live from the rec room. That is right on Chippewa Street, right on the chin of Chippewa, the Rust Belt. People are built different there. I mean, I cannot wait. I think we've sold a decent amount of tickets, but we want to get those numbers pumped up. We want a couple of 100-odd people there, so let's go low and slow with it. We'll go high and hard once we get there. But, again, that's about a $20 ticket. It comes with a drink that is a confirmed double. And I think we'll be going back there after the game. So,
Yeah.
Please, if you're in the greater Toronto area or in upstate New York, come hang out with the fellas. We'll be a great show. Again, we do it for you, the people. Right now, we are back to the game live from the couch. Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish, 8:08 remaining in this game. The New York Rangers, the strangers, going to the power play. They'll probably put this game, honestly, out of reach if they can get that goal and convert on this power play. Rather than be 3-0 with 7-odd minutes to play, 6-odd minutes. That would probably be signed, sealed, and delivered and confirmed, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, the Devils aren't going to come back from a 3-0 deficit at 7:40 remaining at this point in the season. We're just going to see what happens. And, good dump in right there. Almost a good keep by Fox, who's also playing under the weather switch. He's a little bit stung. He had an illness. It was a game-time decision, but he's a savage. He's out there, and
yeah, nothing like a New York City head cold can't fix. I mean, what it is, get back on the sheet, kid. Get in front of 20,000 people. As Jay Bowmeister always told me, Rob, whether you're hung, whether you're sick, whether you're hurt, when the lights come on, you're always going to feel better for the game. So that is no shit.
what a pass. What a save.
No short of a lie. I just think, you know what, you get that adrenaline pumping in you. You get some BioSteel. You take a smelling salt. Maybe you take a Percocet. You're feeling pretty good come game time. Now, he will probably crash and burn after that. But you know what? You're a goddamn competitor. You're paid handsomely to do it. Get out there. That's what hockey players do. The association, they would sit that out and they'd be smoking and hotboxing the locker room. But you know what? To each their own, baby.
Yeah, that's just what NBA guys like, and it's not a racial thing. It's
No.
just, they just like smoking and drinking.
No, you know what? It's funny when we used to play at MSG, the showers after, so the away team at MSG obviously shares the same locker room as hockey and basketball. And some nights, the Knicks would be playing the night before, and the hockey team would come in. So the turnaround's really quick. So you'd be going to morning skate the next day, and you just see spliffs and blunts in the shower, right where the drains are, like where you piss.
Come on.
Oh yeah, there'd be spliffs right there. And the showers are so tall because they have to be NBA, proportionate, and there would just be roaches just sitting there of just dope.
That's so
It
NBA.
would smoke in the shower. How nails is that? You can just hotbox the shower. You go,
in the garden.
in the garden. Oh yeah, Jamaican sauna. The Jamaican sauna, the Bob Marley sauna, is where you steam up the shower and you smoke in there. That's the Jamaican sauna. It's a classic. I mean, who hasn't done it? But yeah, there would be roaches right there. It was unbelievable.
That's all time. That's actually a really good story. You would never know that unless you played in the league.
Yeah, you'd be like, what is that? You'd be like, oh my God, that's actually dope. That's a roach. So yeah, shout out to smoking dope. Shout out to going by the seesaw and smoking a little dope, as Big Daddy would say, Sonny Koufax. Anyways, folks, back to the game right now.
You guys love weed.
It's so sick. They just love everything. They love trim. They love weed. They love jumpers. It's a different league that just pays way better than any other sport. God damn it. That's why it's the best league in the world. player-friendly, folks. Again, right now, if you're following along, 5:10 remaining here in the third frame. Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish, Hockey Night in Scottsdale, folks. Live stream our 20th game of the year. I think it's actually probably more than that. I'm not counting, though.
Yeah, I might be wrong.
Yeah, we've done a few of these now. So Luke Hughes, you're getting a live look at him river dancing. There's a nice chance there. Jack Hughes, off the bar, fella. 4:48 remaining. Again, we're probably going to have one more commercial break, I assume, right around the timeout marker or an icing. But please load up the chat. Thank you again for tuning in with us, folks. We just need a little bit more energy right now. Not that you haven't had energy. We just need a little bit more steam to finish this thing out. So please load up like 3 or 4 questions. If you've asked one already, who gives a fuck? Ask us another question. Ask us what's going on. I'm heading to Jackson Hole tomorrow. I'm going to ski. Bobby Gucci moving into his new place.
So you're going to be on the slopes tomorrow. What time do you think?
I'm not going to be on the slopes tomorrow. I'm going to get fitted. I'm going to get my skis dialed in. Probably going to get into town, get acclimated, and then, with the weather, probably have a couple beers, go for a nice dinner, stretch it out, get a hot tub, get a pregame soak in, and then I'll be steeping deep with it on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm fired the fuck up.
Are you back here on Saturday?
Yeah, late though. Right to Moxie's probably.
Straight to Moxie's. We haven't done that in a minute. But...
No, we should be going back there soon. Global ambassador, no free ads, but that spot on top of the GA, fella.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah, it's a good spot. But folks, again, right now, please load up the chat. We're going to have 1 or 2 more odd questions. Again, if you're following along with us, 333, 331 remaining. Right now, the New Jersey Devils trail the New York Rangers. That is 2 Cobb. They have not been able to convert all night. Matt Rempe, league sources are telling me, they're blowing up my phone right now as the People's Insider. A lot are saying 2 or 3 games. I'm leaning on the side of 2, like I said. I think that'll be about a 2-game susby for the big fella, but it is what it is. It's a price of admission. It's a price for a chin. He put Siegenthaler's chin. He just stapled that thing. Staples, that was easy. So, you know what? When you're that big, you toe the line like Johnny Cash walking it. It is what it is. It's not the worst dough he's ever spent. So, again, right now, folks.
Speaking of dough, did you see that the New York jackpot is at $735 million? Can you imagine
winning that sheet?
Your whole life ruined, actually. A lot of people think it's all good. I think it's a lot of bad winning a big lottery like that. Like, everybody's viewpoint of you changes. So after tax, you probably have 400.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And we got to go.
Out of nowhere. Talking about the New York lottery and Simone Nemec, who's we've been bagging on.
We were absolutely Bilbo Baggins on this guy. He scores a little bit of a turd burger, I believe. I didn't catch them.
Yeah, it's a change up.
I was going to say, quickie felly, I fucking almost had the old Shutter McGraw, but let's check this out here as we get a live look at Jack Hughes wins a battle in along the wall. He's able to get it up top, a little saucer pass. Simon Nemec collects it. Biggest thing there, 2 steps to the middle. Get inside the dots. Get your head up, and then ultimately find a lane. The lane would kind of part like Moses walking the sea there, but that's a great shot. Oh, wow. 2, 3 guys posted in. I mean, that's a hell of a shot. I thought it was a little bit more of a turd burger. It is a muffin. Muffins do count, but the biggest thing for Nemec there, he gets that puck, he gets that saucer pass. He doesn't stay still. He gets 2 or 3 feet off the dot, gets into good ice in the middle of the ice. He's able to sift one in, beat quickie. We have a game. 2:30 left, folks. Again, we're probably going to have one more TV timeout in terms of a timeout for the New Jersey Devils to collect their thoughts, draw up a 6-on-5 play. And unless, of course, they score one here, Rob, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get the goalie out right now, pretty much. If this game goes to overtime, I'm going to be fucking rattled. I do not want to watch any more of this. Oh, my God. The Devils decided to wake up and play hockey with 2 minutes remaining in the third period. The New York jackpot's at $700 million, folks.
Folks, we have just under 2 minutes to play, and the empty net is in full effect as we have an open cage, 6-on-5. Little Jack Hughes river dancing like he's at the wet deck at Caesars. My God, was he twinkle toeing, river dancing, doing the whole 9 yards, doing the Dougie, folks. All right, I think we're probably going to go to a commercial here because there will be a timeout if indeed Travis Green elects to use that timeout. We will see here. Stand by. I believe he's not going to use it, so that's actually kind of nice.
Chat's very slow on this Monday. We thank you for joining, but it is a slow chat day today, and that's all right. It's still been a good chat. A little bit slower than normal, but it's still been a good chat.
Yeah, I mean, we got 19,000 people that have popped in and out of this game, so that's pretty good for a 4 p.m. start, especially out west where we are. We have a Metropolitan Division matchup. Again, we're going to get a face-off here in the New York Rangers defensive zone as Nico Hischier steps in, and he's going to give his best against, I believe, Barclay Goodrow, who is a 2-time Mug winner, defensive specialist, like a young Ed Reed, honestly, playing safety. Oh, Jackie Hughes, that's awesome.
Stays in.
They called that onside?
Yeah, I think it did stay in.
Really? Adam Fox on Timo Meyer. He's working him like white on rice at a Chinese buffet. And that puck squirts out to Vinny Trocheck, who's going to, what a nail gun play that was. Lower the shoulder, end the game.
Why did
Sayonara.
Hughes pinned so hard right there?
Oh, he bailed out when he saw Trocheck drop the shoulder. He went all for the fucking, he should have went, why did he go for the body? He went all for puck. I mean, you gotta chip the body, you gotta get the puck. You can't go over too. But he wanted no part of Trocheck dropping his shoulder there. And the thing is Trocheck wasn't even a lefty there. He had to bring the puck from his forehand to the inside to the outside. And Hughes with a very lackluster defensive effort here. If you show this play right back, I mean, Trocheck gets his puck. You got to hit him. No,
like he takes a weird angle.
Like you got to hit him.
Yeah,
in front of him.
Take a better angle than that.
I mean, he literally went for the bailout play. It's like a kicker trying to defend the guy returning it. You know what I mean? Like, just get out of the way. Anyways, folks, 1:13 remaining. We always appreciate you for tuning in to Hockey Night in Scottsdale. A manic Monday effort from the boys over here. Jay Swish, Bobby Gucci live from North Scottsdale, Arizona. The Devils, just stinkier than a Subway at 2 a.m. right now, going back to Williamsburg. But anyways, live from the garden, live from the couch, we always bring you coverage you can't find anywhere else, folks. Wig on, chin tucked, throwing both ways. Hockey Night in Scottsdale, brought to you by Heat Daddy Merch and Butter Golf. Folks, if you're looking for shirts, if you're looking for maybe getting your significant other something for their birthday, maybe into golf season, maybe for the NHL playoffs, head over to Heat Daddy Merch and Butter.golf. As we are under 1 minute to play in this Metropolitan Division Bantamweight title tonight. A little slow, a little just lackluster of emotion, I would say, as Quickie makes a nice save on the pad there. As he was able to corral that and send it to the corner, and he dives and sprawls off that puck. Again, another one that hit him in the chest. If you didn't do the scouting report, New Jersey, well, next time Quickie's in the cage, you know he's got a quick chest. That is no pun intended. Artemi Panarin putting the screws on. Andre Palat, 2-time Stanley Cup winner out of Tampa Bay and Czech Republic native. Shut up to the Czech Republic. Shut up to the streets of Prague, where a guy like Zach Kassian is playing right now. We always bring him up on the stream because he does have one of the best chins we've ever seen. Folks, that is going to conclude this stream. New York Rangers, the home team, 3-1 the final from MSG. Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish. Gucci, take us off, baby.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining. Your comments, your questions, your concerns. We'll see you next week on Hockey Night Scottsdale. Adios.
Peace, baby.